All right, everybody. I'm here mainly for no reason at all, to be honest. The big thing was that I was planning on doing a game stream tonight, thinking that that'll be kind of fun, but, well, I went through all the pain in the ass of lugging my new recliner into the studio because I haven't been in here in 2 weeks, maybe three. Haven't even walked in this room in forever. Um, and then I found out my recliner is just not going to fit right with the desk. So I'm just like, well, I dragged it in here. I got to talk about something before I inevitably drag it back in the living room and deal with that shit. But I mean, there's really, I don't know what you expect me to talk about right now. I'm so out of the loop on everything that's going on your side of the camp and have been solely focused on my current dealings in real life right now that I've not even fucking looked in your camp. Uh, just very busy. Just very busy, very tired. Always something new every day I have to do, trying to get everything straight. And, I did run into a few very short term contracts, just like, small things of come to this office and do blah, 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 blah. We'll give you $500 or whatever. And that's how I've been surviving right now. It's not enough that I would want to keep doing it like this. In the last 2 weeks, I've, made enough to pay the rent for this month at least and all that sort of nonsense. But I'm trying to find something more full time. And I've talked to a lot of recruiters and a lot of different people from many different locations. And we're talking about trying to get me into somewhere. And, you know how it goes with the hiring process. With if you're a contractor, you have to talk to the fucking recruiter and then get past them to even go to the boss, and then they set up an interview, and then you don't hear nothing for weeks, and just fucking headache. And then you just multiply that times like 40, because I've talked to 40 different agencies by now, at least. I can't keep track. If you ask me what I've talked to, I might be able to name 10 off the top of my head. The other 30 I can't fucking remember. I mean, they just come and go. So I'm hoping with all these in the air, something will eventually come around. And I don't know where I'm moving yet. I don't have that much longer on this lease, but I'm getting the hell out of here because this area is just, I can't make any money here. And, it's just not panning out. So we'll get the fuck out of this city before long and, go somewhere the fuck else. I've heard some, really good offers from places like Raleigh, Durham, over at RTP, all that type of stuff. And I haven't really heard anything back. Even the strange thing is, even Dell called twice. Dell, the people that fucking hate me, called me to hire me back. And I said I would do it again, for the right price and all that. And then, they said we agreed on the price and everything else, and they just never called back, and I haven't heard nothing yet. So who knows? It might be going back to hell. So at this point, I'm just kind of doing small time things and looking at different apartments to move to in different cities and all that usual bullshit of having to move 100 miles away to find a fucking job. So that's all that's going on here. And plus, I don't know, I'm on the phone all day. And then by the time I'm off the phone from 9 o'clock till, well, no, I mean, they start calling around 11 to 5 or something. I'm just burnt out. I just don't even want to fucking look at anything. After having to read all this shit and sign here, fill out these forms, fucking come to this interview like fucking 120 miles away, and just all this bullshit, and just, oh my God, it is a full-time job getting a job. It's like I deal with more paperwork and more talking to fucking corporate than I did when I was at Dell. I mean, it's crazy. But it's whatever. But yeah. That's all I have to say on that, really. I worked at Dell for a month. No, I didn't go back there yet. I worked there for 2 years when I was there. That was fun. If they call back, if that same place called back, I'd deal with the same people again. At this point, I would really don't get. I'm so apathetic to pretty much everything because of the new meds the doctor put me on. I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just, if I have to deal with DVJ again, I would. He would bitch and piss and moan, and I'd be like, okay, wouldn't care. But yeah. I think it's funny. Leo's in chat trying to pull up a resume from many years ago that he thinks is mine, apparently. I've already seen all that shit. I already had someone leak me all their digs, and I just don't care. They can link it, whatever the fuck they want to do. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It really doesn't. Because at this point, I'm so checked out of being a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, anything that I just want to get back and do real work. I've gotten to a point that I just don't even see a point in bothering to come in the studio anymore like I didn't for 2 weeks. And the only reason I'm here is because I pulled a recliner in here to do a fucking gaming stream I didn't even do. That's the apathy that I have for this. I don't even know what you're talking about because I haven't been on a CV. What the fuck is a CV? Yeah, that was just kind of thrown together. I wasn't really, whatever. I game in a recliner because I already sold that the old chair I had, the tall one, the real nice one I had a while back that y'all used to see me sit in for like the 2016 stuff. I sold that for $60. It cost me $200 to buy it, and sold that for $60, and sold the couch and love seat I paid $500 for, $100 for at least a couch love seat I'm still trying to get rid of. Sold most of the amps and shit. Sold a lot of shit. This house really doesn't have that much in it left. That's why I'm trying to get out of here and move to like a studio so I can at least, with my small amount of shit my essential stuff, a recliner, of course, being essential is, making the move a lot easier. So. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, I mean, it's whatever. Yeah, that's what I mean. I game in a recliner because it's nice. I mean, you live alone. Who's going to tell you to game in a fucking, why are you going to buy, some $400 or $500 DX racer chair that's like probably stiff as a fucking board and will break on you in 2 years when you can just go get a recliner for the same fucking price and they'll probably last you just as long and be more comfortable than the DX. Why? I mean, they're the same price at that point. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hell out of this city. I'm bored with it. Just, did a few contracts and got some money in, so that was nice. Just try. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing here, honestly. I'm just kind of here. That's what I am most days now. If I'm not on the phone, I'm just kind of here, just not really anything, not thinking about anything besides just, trying to figure my shit out. And then when I'm downtime, it's just like I zone out and that's it. because, you know, I don't know. I've kind of decided once I move that, you know, I don't know. I'm probably like Medicker, come back once in a while, you know, not really do it nowhere near full time again. And, you know, I gave this whole, you know, roundabout bullshit since 2014 now that I've tried to really do pretty much anything with this show, and just I don't know, I'm just kind of burnt out with it and just not really interested. And I'd rather just get a real job and, you know, go back into doing that type of thing where, you know, it's a guaranteed paycheck and you don't have to worry about nothing, and the only people you have to deal with are the people you work with. And, you know, when you go home, that's your home. You know, there's nothing else around you. You can forget everything at work. You have two separate spots. Working from home is shit. I really don't like it because it's like, you know, you get up, you go to work, then you go to bed. Like it's strange. I thought I would like working from home, but I don't. I'd rather, you know, get up and have something to do, a reason to actually get up in the morning, which a lot of times I don't. But whatever. Fuck it. And so I heard this funny story earlier that I'm probably going to delete this stream anyway. If someone's going to back it up, I'm sure they're recording it now as they always do, and will do their bidding with it, whatever. You know, talking about a dead channel that's not even, you know, relevant to anybody anymore. And basically, I heard that at VidCon there was some more controversy that a lot of people didn't hear about. Now, I can't substantiate it. I wasn't there. I'm not going to go fucking, you know, pay $3,000 to fly 3,000 miles across the country and get a fucking overly expensive hotel in California just to see a bunch of assholes that I can see on my computer screen. Or, you know, if I really wanted to talk to them that damn bad, I'd ask them to get on a Google Hangout, which I never really feel like talking to them. So why the fuck would I bother paying to talk to these fuckers? And apparently there was some kind of, I'm not going to pull it up on screen because I'm trying to not tell you who told me this shit. But there was a very interesting story I heard about Blair White from VidCon, which I find very telling. It doesn't really surprise me whatsoever. I'm not going to tell you who said this, but I got a message earlier, and it said, let's see if I can get to it. I owe you an apology. Blair's a cunt. A spoiled twat that acts like a sweet 16 brat. I said, all right, what happened? I said, apology accepted, all is forgiven regardless. I gave up my feuds a month or so ago, but I still love watching the chaos over there. He said, the person said back, she set up a party that she ditched so she could go to her suite. I guess it's a hotel room with Shu and Skeptic and got coked up, did cocaine. Then when a smaller YouTuber tried to bring them drinks, they made fun of her and kicked her out. I guess out of the, I don't know. I don't understand that part of this. I'm trying to visualize it. I mean, is it like she had a party? Okay, let me try to figure this out. She set up a party that she ditched so she could go to her suite, her hotel room with Shu and Greg, and get coked up. So she got high on coke or whatever. Then a smaller YouTuber tried to give her drinks that they made. So I'm guessing someone made some type of cocktail they wanted her to try. And she got shitty and threw her out of some party that she had. And I don't know if this is a party at VidCon or this is a party in her hotel room, or I'm not getting much out of this. But then it says, we all drove to from VidCon to LA for her to be a twat. So apparently she had some kind of party in LA or something, and on and on. I'm not surprised in the slightest that she would be very vindictive and shitty to people around her, the way she's treated, you know, others that I know. It doesn't surprise me one bit. And honestly, it's not even my problem. But I mean, I sympathize for the poor bastards that actually, had anything to do with that. But then I saw that funny picture of them in the fucking bathroom for some reason, shooing Blair, which kind of confirmed that story that they were in the suite probably doing coke and shit. Who cares? It's just something to say, something to fill hair. It's whatever. I mean, if they want to fucking sit around and just be useless cokeheads, fuck them. That's what they want to do. It's not my problem. But I think it's funny. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, fuck, Milo was a cokehead. Sargon's a pothead. I mean, all those top people are on something, most likely, or into some kind of shit that they shouldn't be into. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, like all the big YouTubers, you see it all the time. All these big YouTubers, especially the ones that like get caught, and it's like, get caught in some stuff like, oh, this person, was getting his 14-year-old fans to twerk for him or some shit, and pedophile and all this other nonsense that happens with those top echelon people. And it's like, anybody that's surprised by that is probably an idiot. That, when you have all that money and power, you're going to indulge on the things that you couldn't when you were broke, I guess. I mean, hell, when I was making money at Dell, I've had some questionable women in my damn life that I shouldn't have been messing around with, that were of age, older than me, that I should not have been fucking around with. And that one chick that I dated that was a little bit younger than me, 24 or some shit, and she had a kid and all that. And of course, she looked good. I'd put up with that shit and just because I could, I guess. So, I mean, I've indulged myself when I had money and all that. And I probably would again if I had a lot more money and just do dumb things that I shouldn't do, pertaining to alcohol mainly. But that's just what it is. I mean, yeah, Blair probably was pegging Greg. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of gotten bored with the anti-SJW circuit. I've gotten bored with them. It's just, I wasn't really putting myself out there into that circuit anymore anyway. But I mean, I did do that small collaboration. I don't know if it's even come out yet or if it ever will, which was supposed to be me and Suit Yourself were supposed to do a crossover at some point. And I recorded the parts and everything was ready, and I was just waiting on him, and he'll eventually get to it. Maybe a year from now or something, you'll see it after the channel's probably gone or whatever. But I mean, or not really gone. I'm not going to delete it. It's just it's probably not going to be active. But I don't know. Shit's crazy. I see that shit, and then I saw the shit with Sargon versus Anita, and if it was me, I would have, Mundane Matt, like when I watched his version of the tale when he was talking about it, how they all got together and they all went to go watch it, and how they were all going to just sit there and be nice little Boy Scouts and be quiet and shit, not heckle or anything else. If I was to fly 3,000 miles from the East Coast all the way to California and fucking attend an event where Public Enemy #1 was, you bet your fucking ass I'll be up at that mic and I would have said something, and I would have got that bitch triggered, and I would have gotten fucking viral play. I would have done everything and just blew the fucking top. And not even for the money, just because that would be like my swan song. I finally got to say something to this bitch I've put up with for 3 years now that I've had to put up with her shit. This is my chance to finally stand up and say, hey, look, God damn it, and just, fucking give her a piece of my mind before security throws me out. I would have fucking done it. Fuck this whole being peaceful, just sitting and silently protesting. Fuck that. You got the one chance ever that you can go up to a mic and say, hey, bitch, and just fucking tell her off like some of the people were doing. No, we got to be civil. About as civil as people, as the whole stupid Sargon shit of, oh well, she said something shitty about me, so I'm gonna make a petition and make everybody spam the owners of VidCon so they'll throw her out. And at that point, I was just like, what in the fuck is the point of even watching any of this train wreck that goes over there on either side? It's just, it gives me a headache. It gives me a headache at this point watching that shit from the anti or the SJW side. Both of them give me an equal headache because one side is just sophistry and just, head up their own ass. Look how great I am. Grandstand, grandstand, grandstand. I'm the greatest fucker here. You sniveling shits would die without me. And then the SJW side is just fucking retarded, hollering and screaming and Jerry Springer bullshit every fucking day over there, where it's just, constant Jerry Springer fighting. And it's just it's just both sides have gotten to a point where it's like watching high school kids. Why in the fuck do I want to do? I'm 28 years old. I'm a grown goddamn man. I got real life problems. Apparently that's what it's like when you're, somebody that has all the views and subscribers and does it as a job. And, if that's what the job entails, if making $100,000 a year to sit in your house, bitch about what everybody else is doing and just having people worry the hell out of you constantly and just all this fucking nonsense and drama and fucking he said, she said, Jerry Springer fucking dog shit that they do over there now. I'd rather just go work somewhere in an office where I'm by my damn self, do whatever mundane shit I do, because at least when I go home, I'm not at work. And I would make the same amount of money. It's like, what's the point of that? The YouTuber thing is like, you do more work than most people do in real jobs. Let's be honest here. If you're in the tech sector, you know what I'm talking about. The physical part of the job, or like the complicated nonsense, the day-to-day grind of just doing the shit. If you're like a daily video content guy and you're spending 8 to 10 hours a day to make videos and research shit and do all this dumb shit, would you rather do that and make $100,000, or would you rather sit in an office, talk to your friends all day, once in a while type out some code, and maybe, go out to lunch and get a nice lunch that the corporate's paying for where you don't have to pay for it, and then, sit on your ass and just work on stuff all day and just have a relaxing, nice, smooth day at work most days and do it in 8 hours and make the same amount of money versus just this constant chaos and bullshit that you got to deal with. I could understand wanting to be a YouTuber versus working as a manager at Walmart or something, but if you have some fucking skills, why the hell would you want to be a YouTube star? Why in the fuck would you want that shit? Give me 10 assholes I have to deal with at work every day from 8 to 5 versus having to deal with assholes 24/7 and like a much higher magnitude of it. And you have a guaranteed paycheck, and you don't have to worry about the system saying, "Oh, all that hard work you did, you're not getting paid for that." By the way, because we have a hair up our ass because of some shit. Your boss has to pay you. That's why I'm just kind of like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go work. Not saying that I haven't tried, but I'm really trying really hard now, and just talk on the phone constantly with people. And the weekends are just dead silent. As soon as Monday starts, it picks up again, and I'm talking to everybody and calling 100 different agencies. And what's your status on that? What's your progress on this? What documents do you need for that? And just fucking acting like a project manager just to get a job for free. That's the thing. I'm, like Dr. G said, if you enjoy it, do it. I don't enjoy it. Not anymore. Not really. It's kind of a chore. I enjoyed it at the beginning. you know, and I enjoyed streaming at the beginning, and then it just became kind of like oh, I guess I got to go to work now. Kind of like a chore, and just kind of faded off of that and just got bored with it. And I think the audience did too. And they dropped off the face of the earth. And I finally was just like, I got better shit to do. I mean, I got shit to do. I got to get my life straight, or I'm just going to, you know, I don't know. I just don't find it to be a fun hobby anymore. It's not as entertaining as it used to be, I guess. It's just it's almost like I'm repulsed by just reading any of this shit anymore. I gotta see it and I'm just like, why bother? Just why the fuck bother? So, well, see, the nostalgia critic, that would be a fun thing because, I mean, you watch shitty movies and then you write a script and act and do all that stuff and just have fun. You know, that seems like it would be a fun thing, something like that. That would be like a fun thing, or like, you know, the Spoonie stuff is still fun to watch. And just, God, it's almost like, okay, this is my biggest problem with the all doing the anti-SJW thing. It's just, I feel like, all right, think about this. Would I rather watch Fox News, where I get the story in 30 seconds and they move on to their quote unquote experts that argue and shit for another 45 seconds, and then move on to the next thing, and you get everything you probably could have talked about in that topic, at least the highlights of it? Or do I want to sit here and listen to somebody babble for 30 fucking minutes on one topic about every tiny little microscopic detail of the motherfucker, and just, you know, on and on and on about shit that just doesn't amount to nothing? That as soon as the video's done, something else done happened. It's just like an endless cycle of would I rather just hear the tail deer and move on and go get on my, you know, get in my recliner and scratch my nuts the rest of the day and watch Married with Children and talk on the phone to recruiters? Or would I rather, you know, fucking sit here and make too long didn't watch videos that, you know, go over shit that nobody gives a fuck about in the grand scheme, really? World way you could destroy the world faster. It's not. I mean, Paul has a point. It's not, and I don't think it has been. I mean, I was happy with the Twitch stuff at first. I mean, I was really enjoying that, and then I don't know what happened. I guess it was, I don't know. Maybe it's the shit with the doctor and all that. When I finally got straightened out mentally and all that, and they straightened me out finally after all this time, and after that, kind of, it's not that I don't have the motivation. It's just that I don't think about it anymore. That's the difference. It's not the lack of motivation or the lack of wanting to do something. It's just I just don't give a fuck. That was the difference. It was, I cared too much and had no motivation to do my shit, or I just don't give a fuck and just don't do it anyway. I mean, you know, that's what it's like now, and I don't know. I'm just bored with it. It's just, you know. Well, I love talking about during Gamergate because there's always something going on. Something interesting was always going on. That's when I was actually happy to be here all the time and be in every stream and be in all this stuff. There was always some new event. Oh my God, this game company went and fucked this game up, or this person went off and fucking, you know, did a conference over here and now they're going to change this game for the worst, or this article did some stupid shit that, you know, when it was still not a dime a dozen, you know, pretty much cliche, cookie cutter bullshit, clickbait, where there was actually something going the fuck on. And now it's kind of like digging to the bottom of the barrel to try to find something to talk about. And it's like, why the fuck bother at that point? You know, I mean, both sides are kind of shriveled up and dead. I mean, they're dead. I mean, really. How many times are we really going to have to debunk that the West isn't oppressing women? How many times do we really need to say Muslims are bad? They do bad shit. How many fucking times do we really need to say, no, you're wrong because XYZ, XAB, whatever the fuck, just, on and on and on, and just fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? Where's the fun in it? Because damn it, everyone's fucking done it. And it's been done to death. I mean, there are a few people that somehow can keep some kind of semblance of something. I mean, Dave Cullen I like better because out of all of them, I'd have to say he's probably my favorite. Him and Undoomed, of course, and all that, because Dave, he doesn't just, thank you, Barry, for that $10 donation. The thing is, the reason I like Dave more is the fact that Dave is more abstract. It's, it's not about the subs or getting attention. It's just I'm not motivated to even look at the shit. Because the thing is, I like to be more abstract than cookie cutter or, responding to cookie cutter. It's like, how do I explain this? Okay. Let's just say Paul Joseph Watson. Everything's going to hell. We're fucked. It's just on and on and on about how everything's terrible. We're fucked. Everybody's an idiot except for me. Blah, 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 bullshit. It has an audience. I get it. And I like Paul Joseph Watson to some extent. But the problem is, he says the same shit every fucking video. We're fucked. Sorry, person X or person Y is a piece of shit because they're just shitty. And it's like, goddamn. How long do you have to quote yourself? That's why, like Dave Cullen, if I could watch one of his MacBook reviews and that's entertaining, and then I can go on and watch his strange observations about the MGTOW movement, about how apparently it's going to ruin civilization. I don't really agree with that, but at least it's abstract and thinks outside the box and brings something I never heard before, versus do I really want to hear the same goddamn song over? It's sort of like, here's a better way to put it. You have a song you like. Let's say, I don't know, AC/DC's Back in Black, because everybody knows that song by now. It's good when you hear it, and you enjoy hearing it once in a while. It's enjoyable, you like the little rhythm and shit, whatever. But if every fucking song AC/DC did sounded like Back in Black with the same rhythms and different lyrics, but were really close to Back in Black's lyrics, would you really want that, or would you want something where there's some variety to the shit? Where there's different flavorings, where it's not the same skeleton being fleshed out with slightly different alterations to it. That shit is just, ugh. It's just, I can't watch it. I want something that's fucking like that I can actually work with. I can't sit here and just, fucking make the same video over and over. It's just, I have ADD. I'm not the type that can make a formula and stick with it. I just jump all over the fucking place. That's why you saw in the last month, I've done a fucking, what was it? I've done drama videos. I've done a fucking TV show review. I've done all this stuff. And it's because I can't stay in one fucking lane. It's just, I can't, because that's how I am with YouTube. I don't sit here and watch Sargon all day. I watch Sargon video, then I'll go watch a music review, and then I'll go watch some comedy stuff. Maybe I'll go watch Very Nearly Viral, maybe one of theirs once in a while when they do the little comedy H3 type stuff. And then I'll jump over here and watch some fucking, cats being dickheads, and just I jump from spot to spot. I can't stay in one lane. Yeah, I mean, Mark Dice, he's like, it's sort of like, things are good in moderation, but I can't watch the same shit over and over. I like Sargon stuff like when he did the whole breakdown of how cults work. That actually interested me. Shit like that. shit like that, where it wasn't about, oh, someone did something stupid again. They did the same dumb shit, Black Lives Matter Part 128. He actually took a topic and fucking fleshed it out and gave you some information out of it. It was entertaining. It actually gave me something of value. That's why I can't watch this shit anymore. There's very little of that. It's a lot of, it's a lot of, you're wrong because blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're wrong. We know they're wrong. Everybody knows they're wrong. We've already heard it. They all say the same shit. You say the same shit you did the last video. It's just, it's sort of like, it's just, you can't tell people apart anymore. No one has the original stylings anymore. There's no flair to it. Everybody just kind of runs together. I couldn't tell you the difference between a fucking Sargon video and a fucking Armored Skeptic video, and a shoe video versus a damn whoever video that does shit like her, and just I can't tell the difference, and it's just kind of boring. It's just, what the fuck? Why do you watch this shit? I mean, I don't understand what the appeal is to do the same thing over and over. Like Naked Ape. That's a perfect example of somebody I could watch all day. Naked Ape is Naked Ape. He's damn good at what he does, and every damn video he does is different. They're all different. They all have their own flavorings. They're all rambunctiously funny and just informative at the same time. I could watch Naked Ape all day. I don't think Naked Ape's ever put out a shitty video. I might disagree with them on some things, but I mean, Naked Ape is one of the types that I could actually watch. Teal Deer, moderation. Sargon, moderation. Fucking Dave Cullen could probably watch them half the day. I mean, it just depends. But I don't know. And then, sort of like, I don't know. Medicare I could probably watch all day too. He's like that. Well, how the fuck do you make it less boring? It's just like, I mean, here's the dilemma, really. It's just like, you don't know what your audience wants. You just don't fucking know. It's like, I don't know, like, to answer Paul's thing, I don't know what you want. Nobody tells me what to make. I very rarely get suggestions. And it's like throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks. I've had it basically where, the Narcissa Ripe thing, that was one that took a lot of planning, and that was just kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a throwaway video, but it was I think it was my personal best was the Narcissa Ripe video. I didn't even mean for it to be, one of my best, but in my personal opinion, I think that was the show at its peak. I think anything with the Vic avatar, any of the JohnnyFox show stuff with the Vic avatar from Megadeth, those were like my gold videos. They were really like the top tier shit. They were good shit. And, I've kind of noticed that with it. Especially the Narcissa video was great. And I thought I did all right with the AGDQ video. But it's just like, I don't know. I see something, I react to it, I talk about it, whatever. And I don't know if that's what people want to watch. You get what I'm saying? This is like, there's some videos, they could be on the same exact topic. One might get, 10 views, and then the other one might get 10 billion. Who the fuck knows? Because I don't know what the fuck people want to hear about. I mean, and it's not really about the attention or getting huge or anything. It's just the fact of I make shit that I would watch is the main thing. I make shit that I would watch. But the main reason I do that is because I have to watch it over and over and over to edit it. So I don't want to put out any shit that I wouldn't watch. And, I still get a lot of compliments on that 13 Reasons Why review. People thinking it was hilarious how I just ripped that part to shreds because I've recorded that fucking commentary 6 times, I think. With different, no script, of course. I don't use a script ever. I just kind of foam at the mouth and hope someone listens. And the 13 Reasons Why videos, I just finished a series. For some reason, I sat through it that long and was just so. I tried to make good out of it. Like, I try to make good out of a lot of things. Try to see some good in things. But as I made the fucking videos, it just got, my attitude towards the show just got more and more negative. I just started picking apart shit that irritated me in my head as I was trying to explain it. And then finally I got to the point of, it's okay. No, it's pretty bad, but it's watchable. It's just filler. And then back to, oh my God, fuck this goddamn show. That's what, I mean, it just kept going downhill the more I thought about it. Let's see, I'm missing a bit of chat in my ramblings, but let's see, what's that? Okay. Look at the crab people. Which of my videos got the best response out of people? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I mean, because if you go to my channel and look at the most viewed, I mean, it's such a hodgepodge that I couldn't tell you what worked and what videos. You know, because I've done multiple videos on Zoe Quinn, multiple on Anita. Some fall, some work. I don't know why some work better than others. I don't know why. So, Zoe Quinn lose the book deal was such a big fucking episode when it really was just a filler episode, in my opinion. It was simply there to try to just fill a spot because at that point I was doing 7 videos a week and it wasn't really something I thought about a lot. I just pulled up some articles and apparently everybody and their mother ran to it, and 41,000 views later or something, whatever it has now. Narcissa Wright one, I don't know what it really was. I guess it was just the fact of, I don't know. I don't know what made the Narcissa one great. It was good. It was just good. It reminded me of Naked Ape without me trying to rip Naked Ape off, I guess. It was just kind of different. But I mean, I like that episode. It's still my favorite to watch when I do watch my own stuff, which is rare. I don't even think there's a such thing as me selling out, honestly, because I don't even have a format. I don't even have anything that's like, I don't even have anything really. It's just, the show is me turning on a microphone, talking about a topic for 10 minutes, edit it together and throw it up on YouTube and hope somebody watches it. And it says, have you ever heard of Traditionalist or Fritz Imperial? I don't really get into the whole intellectual fucking skeptosphere shit where they just look into all these great thinkers and different, just complicated shit. It's just like, I'm kind of like, my whole premise that I always tried to be, at least, was that one outrageous redneck that, that was like your friend, that one guy that's like your buddy that, you could go to his house and hang out and drink a beer with him, and any topic that comes up, the guy could just fucking let loose and make you laugh your ass off and just listen to this guy fucking go off about shit that pisses him off. And that was the whole point. Because that's what I do in real life. I mean, I'm a ranting type of fucker. I'm a guy that, if you were here and stayed at the house for 8 to 12 hours, you would probably get 8 to 12 hours of me doing what I do on this show, really. Watch stuff that pisses me off. Hey, well, look at this bullshit, and just, on and on and on. Because I'm not a good actor. I'm not good at reading scripts. I'm not one of these frilly types that wants to go and do the research type shit. I've done it before. I've done it. Go watch the Gamergate shit. That's when I actually had to read the fucking UN report about cyber violence. It was 170 pages of bullshit that was hard to fucking read because it was just so piss poor put together and so fucking psychotic. And I read that shit just to review it on a video, and I read that motherfucker probably 3 times, I think, all front to back. Because it's an interesting read. If I could find it, I'll give it to y'all so y'all can read that shit. That shit was funny. It was like reading a fucking comedy strip. Just some of the shit that they were trying to propose. It was hilarious. I was dying laughing watching the whole fucking thing, actually. I mean, reading the whole thing. It was funny as hell. Let's see. Yeah. Why am I doing this? That's a good question I should answer. I don't know. I mean, if you ask me back when Candid was going on, I could give you a good answer then. The reason I did it was because I hated at that point in time, my headspace was because I was very mentally fucked up from a lot of things. You know, because if you go back in my history, that's around the time stepmom died. When Candid happened, that was around the time stepmom died and all the drama with the family and just blah, blah, fucking chaos. So, of course, I took out all my frustration and shit on Candid and the E-celebs and all that other stuff. And Dell was pissing me off because they were still on my ass and doing all that stuff where I had them trying to, you know, screw up that stuff with the whole blacklist thing, which apparently is gone, and just on and on. And just fucking real life came into it. So that it was basically my outlet to point at a motherfucker and say, you goddamn it, and just go after it and attack it without killing my IRL shit. And that's really why I did the whole Candid thing. Plus the fucking pedo shit pisses me off. And really after the Candid shit, I don't know. I think I went to gaming after the Candid shit. And that was just because I enjoyed relaxing, talking to people and, you know, doing shit. And now it's just like I'm so focused on the move and getting a real job and trying to not be a fucking bum the rest of my goddamn life. It's just, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just here because my recliner's in here. That's it. No, I've never looked at any of the traditionalist stuff. What can I bring to people? Really? I mean, some people think I'm funny, I guess. I don't know why. They think I'm funny. You know, they think I'm funny. They like to hear me talk shit. I don't know. I don't know why people watch me. I don't know. No one ever told me why they watch me. I mean, why are you watching me? You know, that's the thing. I don't fucking know. I've kind of, you know, the only reason I really did it was to take my thoughts that would drive me nuts all day and put them somewhere. That's what the whole point of the show has always been. I'm a nut and I need to put this fucking insanity somewhere so I can get it at least out of my damn head. I mean, what else am I supposed to be, Tim? I don't know what else to be. I'm just you know, I don't know. Maybe it's because I mean, the doctor gave me these fucking meds, right? So, I mean, I've been nuts my entire life. Let's just go into it. Fuck it. Because I keep referencing it. Look, so I finally go to the doctor and say, you know, because I was starting to get chest pains at one point, like, you know, like legit, like heart attack symptoms and stuff. And I had one where I thought I had one at one night, and apparently it wasn't one of those. So I went to the doctor for, you know, because I was sick and all that. Then I had to come back for something else, and that's when I finally talked about after 10 years, my mental shit, me being fucking nuts and pissed off all the time and miserable and not motivated and always mad at somebody and always chasing some demon and on and on and on and on. And she figured, you know, I was like, you know, I'm fucking nuts. I'm going nuts and I'm starting to get chest pains and all this other stuff. Explained everything to the damn doctor. Doctor said that I had some kind of anxiety disorder, apparently, that has gone undiagnosed in 28 years. She put me on this miracle fucking pill that makes me just, it's like might as well call it fuck it. Because, you know, whenever I get mad or up in the air, take the pill, like 10 minutes later, whatever I was mad about, fuck it. Who cares? And just become apathetic to the world. But it feels nice. It feels nice to not worry about anything except for big shit. It feels nice to not have to be crazy anymore, even if it does make me apathetic. Lord. And I mean, at this point, I've kind of burned, every bridge with my own. Yeah, I guess Max is right. I guess it would be a hobby, but even though I barely do it anymore, and I don't really even play guitar anymore, or really do anything else. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of shut everything down. I've shut down everything except for essential stuff. Get up in the morning, get lunch, go talk on the phone half a day to recruiters, trying to find something, figure out where the hell I'm going to move to, call a bunch of apartment complexes, see which one's better than the other, crunch numbers in my head, go to dad's house once in a while to try to chill. Because even though I live alone, I can't chill here because, this is where I do all my other shit. And when I go over there, I can at least chill the fuck out. I might go over there tomorrow. Even though I went Friday, I might drive back up there tomorrow to go see him just to chill the fuck out and just watch wrestling with them and the news and shit. But I don't know. I mean, Doc gave me a drug. Is it right here? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called buspirone, or Buspar is what I think the generic is. Yeah, that's what they put me on, and it gives me a strength. Like, I don't really. I have to make. I really need to make sure that I eat something before I take it. Because if I take it before I eat, it makes my head get really cloudy, and I just don't feel mentally great. I just feel really foggy and fucked up for a couple hours at least. But if I eat something, usually it's all right. And all that shit. Chrome is being all retarded. I'll put it this way though, the shit works. It just makes me where I don't give a fuck about nothing though. That's the problem. I don't have any edge anymore. I'm like I am now. I'm just mellow and woosah and just don't fucking care. But it's a lot better than being crazy as hell. Yeah, I didn't know it had anything to do with anti-smoking. I still vape like constantly. It doesn't take any of my cravings for that away. It might. I don't know. Maybe vaping's a habit. I don't know. I have no idea. Well, me and Craig I don't really talk to anybody anymore. I haven't talked to Craig in I don't know how fucking long. I haven't talked to Craig, or might talk to Beach one time or one once in a while. I haven't even seen anything out of Batman in probably I don't know, 8 months, 10 months since I've even seen Batman's name come across my feed. I see Beach once in a while. He's over there shit posting at the fucking right wing people. I mean, the only people I really talk to really at this point ever, fucking Xiaomi, of course. Me and her talk all the time, and Mornblade and his co-host, and that's about it at this point. Viking Ross shows up once in a while, Nick once in a while, and that's about it. Just don't. I've kind of just, I don't know. I'm kind of like what you would call like in like space right now. I'm just like, I'm not in anything. I'm not like in the middle of nothing. I'm not in any groups anymore. I'm not really. I'm just enough to not be isolated. Get what I'm saying? As to I don't really even get in the middle of anything anymore. I stay the hell out of it. I'm just like, fuck it. Throat's starting to get sore. Well, I'm about to hop off of here anyway, Max. I mean, I don't really have any reason to be here anyway. I'm just here stalling because I don't want to take my recliner back in the fucking living room because it's going to be a pain in the ass. I think Kekistan is Kekistan. It's just one of those things that Sargon came up with, and of course it just blew up because that's what it is. It's just, is that a fucking rat? Looking at Twitter. It's like someone holding up a rat with looks like they put tape on its arm or something. Omnistam, I've never even heard of that. Apparently it is a thing. Military nation established by our glorious leader Cyrus to fight the Kekistani menace. What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, I've thought about I've thought about doing like music reviews because I'm, no matter what state of mind I'm in, no matter what I'm doing, I always have something playing in the background except for right now. I mean, I always have something, some kind of music in this house. So I've thought about doing like that type of shit, and I watch, I don't know, an unhealthy amount of Razor Fist episodes and also rock reviews and the Needle Drop. Now I've watched some of his stuff, even though a lot of his music I've never heard of and don't really give a fuck about. Just don't even look at that. I've thought about doing that type of thing, just talking about different albums or artists or just, shit that I listen to or, I've listened to a lot of Gorgoroth right now. I'm listening to a lot of black metal lately for some reason. Gorgoroth and Immortal and Bathory and all those types. I've listened to a lot of that. So I've been getting into all that, like the black metal scene, and really like Gorgoroth's 2015 album that they put out, the last one they put out with that singer. I like that. And or I'll put Gwar on and listen to every fucking Gwar album probably by now. Probably have all of them. And Devin Townsend I listen to constantly and just, I don't know. I mean, music, even though I barely play anymore, it's like that's what my life revolved around. It revolves around music no matter what. That's what I really give a shit about. Burzum, I've listened to some of his stuff, even though he did kill the guitarist and Mayhem and all that, which was strange. But I did it in self-defense. Oh, yeah, well, you stabbed him in the face 17 fucking times, dude. That's pretty self-defense-y, isn't it? I mean, meme reviews, I don't know about that. I mean, I need to listen to that Welcome to Hell album by Venom. That's one that I need to get into. I've heard a few songs off of it. And the black metal album, I think that's one of those albums. It's called Black Metal. I mean, I'm two things that I'm passionate about in this world: music, video games. That's it. Those are the two things that I'm good at talking about, especially older video games and older music. Those are my two things. I don't know if there's a market for it. I doubt it. But yeah, I like Anthony Fantano's needle drop thing. I like his reviews. They have some pretty good stuff. Yeah, Varg was the one that killed the Mayhem guitarist. Eponymous or Eponymous or whatever his name was. I forgot what it was. I never listened to Mayhem much because there's two types of black metal: good black metal and shit. Mayhem, in my opinion, was shit. I mean, I like a lot of Gorgoroth stuff just because, and Immortal stuff because it's actually rhythm to it. Not just, I mean, Bathory had a lot of great riffs and lead stuff and just really heavy fucking shit, and you know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think I could ever be as good as Razorfist as at that shit. You know how he's just so fucking animated about everything with those rants and shit. They're hilarious. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, Paul, that kind of I mean, I don't know. You talk about sounding enthusiastic. My issue is when I sound enthusiastic about something, you know, people call it spurging, or they say I'm too out of hand. Oh God, he's going radical. He's nuts. He's going crazy. But yet, if I'm like this, the very somber, low, quiet, slow kind of thing like Sargon is, or what's his name, Kraut, or any of these people that have these very slow, methodical voices that are just, there's not much up or down to it. I mean, God bless them, they're great. I love Kraut. He's a great guy, nice guy to me. Sargon, not so much, but whatever. Point is, that's what people want. People want somebody that sounds like they're on fucking tranquilizers. And when I sound enthusiastic, apparently that's a bad thing. That's why I don't even fucking do it anymore. I mean, passionate. How is it passionate when they... Hello, everyone. I am here to do a video about blah, 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 blah. Like, basically makes you sound like you're they're about to go to sleep or they're like half asleep, It doesn't sound, it doesn't sound like whatever. I don't know why Bats is banned. I don't know. I haven't even looked at this shit in forever, man. I don't have bad blood with Sargon anymore. I have old bad blood with them, but not anymore. The candid streams were my best ones, probably because I was nuts. I mean, I was nuts back then. I was psychotic to even jump into such a fucking topic. Back then, I had that type of fire under my ass because, I think a big part of it was, and sounds awful, but I think a big part of the whole WoW was so much more. My favorite band right now would have to be most likely still Judas Priest. I still blast Priest fucking what's it called? Defenders of the Faith album in my stereo every time I get in there. Light Burr, I do like the synth pop stuff for that. It's great. Some of the songs I've heard of that. I think out of the Vaporwave camp, you got Saint Pepsi, who, while it is supposed to be degrading the music, he really does make good shit out of that whole thing where it's supposed to be fucking the music up to exploit capitalism or some shit. but at least he actually does make the songs interesting with that type of thing, and you know, on and on and on. Game wise, I haven't really played anything lately. I don't really play that many games. I think it was, what was it? Whatever Pokemon Gen 3 was, I played a little bit of that. Don't laugh at me. I was bored and didn't have nothing else I could think of, and I watched way too much Chugger Conroy stuff, even though I'm not even into Pokemon, and I couldn't tell you any of them after the first 150, really. I don't remember none of this shit. It's just I like watching people like that are passionate about something and just fucking information dump you, and just you hear all this shit. You don't remember it after the video is over anyway, but at least it's just, you can tell that it's just a really deep, interesting topic to distract you, basically, is what I like. I see that for some reason Max wants to get on here really fucking bad. I'll probably delete the stream anyway, but you know, because I don't even know why I'm here. I'll let him in real quick though. Where's the damn thing at? That's xenomorph. That's wrong. I don't see Craig on here. Isn't it Craig Bob, I thought, on Twitter? Yeah, Craig Bob is the one. Yeah, that's him right there. It's been so long since I even talked to Craig. I don't even remember what his fucking name was on Twitter. I mean, ain't nothing wrong between me and Craig. It's just I've been in my own world so much that I barely do much beyond yell at the cat and just say random, call him shitty and stuff like that, and then go on with my usual stuff. There, I sent it to you, Craig. Lord, what time is it anyway? 10:30. That ain't late or nothing. So, who is that?
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, what's up, brother?
Is that Jeff Holiday standing next to that Ashley Mardell chick?
Oh,
hold on. Let me pull it up so you can see it. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you right now, Johnny? Let's be honest here.
I've not drank in 2 years, I don't think.
Oh, come on, man. You sound fucking wasted right now. Am I right, people?
No, it's the new meds I'm on. They do make me pretty much like chill drunk.
I mean,
like that's the whole point of them, though, is to make me chill the fuck out.
Maybe you haven't drank alcohol to get drunk, but like, how much Skippy peanut butter have you had today? 1 jar?
I don't have any.
2?
1 jar. Just eat the whole fucking jar raw.
Hey, man, I wouldn't put it past you with your peanut butter fetish, man. You spread that shit like fucking candy.
Oh, God.
That meme is never going to die.
Yeah, I know. It's been going on since I don't even remember when at this point.
You don't remember me wrecking your ass in that stream, just fucking crashing it with no survivors? An hour just ragging on you about peanut butter and toilet meth? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
I'm pretty sure I remember something, dude. That's another thing. I barely remember shit before I start taking the meds.
Oh, so you have a terrible memory. Well, let me give you a refresher.
Now I do.
No, do you remember stealing a bunch of Let's Play content?
No, I actually don't remember that.
I remember that. Pepperidge Farms.
I'm sure everybody. I remember vaguely some shit about that, and I've also heard all sorts of insanity coming from different places. And
oh, like what? I'm curious now.
well, there was that one thing where Blair White thought was going to all her friends saying that I made a Twitter parody account of her called Robbie Faggotron, and then I got a bunch of shit about that.
That sounds like something you would do just for lulz. I don't know.
There was one conspiracy theory going around, and then there was the
conspiracy theory that you made toilet meth and sold it on the street for less.
That was one. Yeah,
that one seems believable too, but you know, we'll let that one be.
Then what was it? I mean, there's been so fucking many. It's just like I'm the guy that people point to basically just blame for everything, really. So I've kind of blocked it out.
Ah, I see. Well, you know,
I've heard
ignorance is bliss. So yeah.
Do what?
Nothing. Never mind. So, how have you been, man?
I've been the same way you see me now, just apathetic, don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck, huh?
On the phone with recruiters all goddamn day. Just, yeah.
Do you have a job yet? Or what's going on with that?
Well, I've been getting a lot of calls from 2 different cities that I plan to move to soon if they would fucking hire me already. And I think the lowest offer I got was around $68,000 a year. The highest offer I got 2 days ago was $87,000 a year to do.
And like, no shit, you're not gonna be as fucking famous as the top tier YouTubers. That shit takes years. You gotta play the long game with that. Why not go take the fucking, you know, 68,000 if you can? Like, that seems like.
I mean, I've already told people, yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I did it, signed the papers, told them all the shit, and then they have to go to the because recruiters aren't like direct hire people. They're the headhunters. They find you, then they go to the client and say, hey, I got this guy on.
You know what I mean? Have you been making
Yeah. I mean, I send a bunch of emails to them and, you know, keep track of every step of the process. And,
you're interested, but you're going to make sure they know you're interested.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do.
You can't just send the papers and send one email and then expect.
No, I mean,
you know what I mean?
I talk to all of them multiple times, you know, like I keep on top of the shit. It's just a lot of times like the recruiters are slow or the fucking account executives that are doing the job shit are slow to get back or they're on vacation or just all sorts of shit. There's like 40 of them I have to keep up with at this point.
Me thinks there's people that wouldn't believe that, but we'll let
the thing is, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Career Builder is a beautiful thing. You apply for one job, then you have quick apply for 50 others. So your resume is on every desk.
I see.
You just do that enough damn times, and, you know, out of 1,500 fucking resumes sent, you get 50 calls.
So
it's like.
I do want to bring up something, and this might trigger you, but so what's your thoughts on the Twitch clips? I'm sure that rings a bell.
I mean, I've already admitted to it.
I see. So
I've admitted to it live multiple times, right to Rami's face.
I see. And you're okay. I just wanted to make sure. So you are sorry about all of that.
I really just didn't give a fuck. I mean, that was.
Well, hold on. You can't admit to something and not give a fuck. It's, you know, I mean,
I mean, when people kept coming at you with this shit over and over and over, and it's just like, all right, well, yeah,
fair, Johnny, and I have to be devil's advocate here. I mean, can you blame them for coming after you? I mean, that was some pretty damning shit. I mean, if you were in any one of your viewers' places that were pissed at you, wouldn't you have done the same thing? Like, I mean,
I wouldn't have given a fuck, honestly. I don't really follow people enough to really give a damn what to do. But, you know, I mean, I think that I think where it really got out of hand was the fact that, like, I mean, I admitted to it. It's like the reason I even denied it is because Rami and her ilk, or whatever the word is, her few
Her crew,
whatever
uh-huh,
the term is, are people that work on escalation type trolling. It's like,
so wait. Are you blaming them for you getting caught, or
no? Hold on.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand.
No, what I'm saying is the fact of you admit to something, you give them what they want. You know what? Fuck it, I did it. I fucked up, made a mistake. You know, it was one time, whatever, right?
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
All right, hold on. You didn't hear about this part yet. And then right after that, I'm like,
Johnny, it wasn't one time though.
Whatever.
Let's keep the record real. It wasn't one time. It was multiple. But go on.
The point is, that shit happened, and then I finally said, "Fuck it," you know. Believe what you want. I did it. Whatever. I don't care. That's what I said live. They have clips of it. Ask Rami for them. I'm sure she I think she records every fucking Twitch stream I ever did. Probably recording this.
Hey, if you are Remy, hi. Anyways,
the problem with it was right after that. That's when I found out that Rami and Leo and all these people were trying to legitimately dox me at that point, and they were like going around saying I was this person, and digging up all these LinkedIn things and just my address and my fucking family and all this stuff, and dropped it in my DMs and all this other stuff. And luckily it wasn't me, and I was just like, you dumb fuck, go ahead and release it on Baphomet. I'm sorry for the poor bastard you just doxed, but it ain't me. And and they were just doing that shit, and I finally was just like, you know what, whatever.
Well, I mean,
what are they really going to do? Send pizza, send the cops to the house?
What I heard is that they actually did dox you per se, and like pretty damning proof.
Even if they did, who fucking cares? What does it amount to in the real world? All I got to do is turn the laptop off. That's it.
Hey, no, that's true.
What are you gonna do? Call my job and say I'm a Nazi or something?
Well, they could do that. They could also, swat you. There are repercussions in real life for getting doxxed, unfortunately. But such is life on the internet.
I mean, this is the way I see it,
Speaking
man.
of doxing,
okay, cops. Let's say that I was to get swatted right now, right? What does it amount to? Cops come, bang on the door. Hey, get your hands up. Come in the house. Check. There's nothing fucking in the house.
Yeah, but
it's not like I'm worried about the cops coming here and finding 6 pot plants or something. I don't have that.
Yeah, but
shit.
You could get shot. I mean, there's that.
Oh, I would get shot for doing what the cops told me. Ooh.
Well, no, like they could bust down the door, like see you like with a controller in your hand, but like he's got a weapon.
That'd be highly unlikely.
That shit happens all the time, man. It's fucking.
I'm sure it does. And I'm sure we never heard about it until now.
But friggin'.
I mean, and pizzas, who can? I didn't order that by, slam door, motherfucker.
But no, I wanted to ask you one more thing. This is important. Speaking of doxing, so I mean, do you support doxing or do you not support?
No.
You don't. Well,
no.
How can you not support doxing, but in the past have attempted and successfully doxed people per se? Just
okay. Who did I dox? And
this guy, he actually died a long time ago. His name was, I believe, Max Sand. He was killed by John Kelly.
He was killed by John Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't dox him because I think John Kelly actually doxed him, and I can't remember what Max Sand's real name is. I don't give a fuck either because that's not my business. Which, what the hell is he doing? Is he doing anything lately? I've seriously not looked at
I honestly don't know. I haven't paid attention to him or
because I haven't even heard that name in like 2 or 3 months now. Oh, his tweets are protected, so I can't see what he says anyway.
I think the last time anything came up was Veracuk had a lot of dirt come up, and he went into hiding because he was scared of repercussions. So,
I mean, I don't know, man, because I don't hear shit about anybody anymore. I mean, the most I heard was the thing I said earlier about Blair White, doing cocaine with fucking Shu and skeptic at
Well, is that
VidCon or
any
whatever,
better
being
than
addicted to everybody.
is that any better than being addicted to peanut butter? I mean, it's like an addiction's an addiction.
Whatever. I mean, it's just like, would you would you agree with me in the fact that like the anti-SJW thing, or just like that whole community in general, it's just kind of boring now, isn't it? It's like we don't have any explosive events like what used to happen
it was
in GG.
boring. It was boring long before people thought it was boring. It's just that there was a crowd of fucking new fags that thought it was hip to hate on the SJWs, even though there's been hatred for SJWs since the dawning of civilized society. And every new generation has a spat where the new line of fucking SJWs fight the new line of anti-SJWs, and then they both get tired, and then the fucking cycle repeats. So, yeah,
pretty much. I would agree with that because if you think about it,
you
did have the TMRC all the way in the '80s with that shit.
It's much longer than that, but it's because kids grow up and they realize, not all of them, unfortunately, there are stupid people that remain stupid. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. Stupid is stupid. But, you know, most people grow up and they realize that shit doesn't matter, and what actually matters is working hard, having a family if that's what you want, going to college, your local politicians as opposed to the president, you know, like your local government, shit like that, getting potholes fixed. You know, they realize that those things are much more important to them in their daily lives than making fun of some stupid SJW on Twitter.
You know, Max, and this, I mean, well, whatever your name is.
I'm not Max. My name is actually Anonymous 1887, but you know.
Okay, Anonymous 1887. Even though you had your name in chat and all that.
I don't know. Wait, was that Max Sands? Was that him in the chat?
I don't know what it said. Let me see.
Was that him?
He's
supposed to be dead, man. Fucking John Kelly and Verla fucking drive-by'd on his ass. He's fucking dead. Shit.
yeah, that's what I heard. He got hit by a salt truck.
So I wanted to this is a question. So like, what have you been doing with yourself, man? You know?
Like I said earlier, pretty much trying to find some real actual work. I've been doing a few small contracts here and there. I just got done with one yesterday and got a decent amount of money out of it. Thank the Lord. Actually got paid this time.
I want to say this as nicely as possible, but the rumor that's been going around is that you've been sitting on your ass, sulking, drinking a lot.
I haven't drank since I've gotten to this city.
I see.
So, like, I think the last time I drank was with GGP on a live stream when I was drinking moonshine that night. I think it was the last time I drank.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, I did go to Applebee's not long ago and had a couple, but I didn't get drunk.
Ah, okay.
Well,
it's good to hear the rumors aren't true. Well, trust but verify, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but I've been doing small contracts. I just finished one where I had to go to an accounting office and roll out all the new software, new OSs and shit.
Oh yeah, like what? Like
they had to update everything from Windows 7 to 10, and then we put on this Thomson Reuters bullshit program that just didn't want to cooperate and all that because the company's shit, and they put out a shitty release before that didn't work either, and they already paid for it, so we had to deal with the customer service on that nonsense and talk to the fucking tech support and all that shit. I got $1,000 out of it, so fuck it. I got paid, but
I see.
That was it. It was one of those things that it's, as a company just needed their shit set up for, next year, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
They gave me $1,000 check after about a week of work, so I said, fuck it.
What is that noise? I keep hearing the What is that?
That's the rain outside that's raining right now, or it's my fucking e-cig going off.
Okay, because I was going to say, are you fucking shooting up or, like, taking an inhaler? Like, what the fuck, man?
Shooting up. You wouldn't hit that. Shooting up doesn't make a sound.
Nah, that's not that type of shooting up. Like you fucking like you put like hardcore drugs in an inhaler and you fucking
I
get.
didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah, there's fucking weird ass people that do that shit. They'll modify inhalers or something. I don't know.
Or the same people that'll fucking mainline liquor and shit, put an IV in their arm and put liquor in the bag. You get like insta drunk, but it'll kill you if you do it.
Hey, you would know about being drunk, wouldn't you, Johnny?
Oh yeah, I would. Recovered alcoholic, yeah. Everybody knows that.
Recovered or recovering?
Recovering, yeah.
Ah, I see.
Because you know how bad I used to be with alcohol.
Oh yeah, well, rumors are you still are, but yeah.
No, I ain't touched it in forever.
Well, you just said you went to Applebee's not too long ago, right? I mean, you said you didn't get drunk, but
2 or 3 weeks ago.
that's still something, man. Got to be careful with
it. Was only 2 Long Islands, man. It wasn't like I went there and shut down the bar.
You gotta be careful, Johnny. Relapse and all that. Hate to see you.
It's not like I went to fucking Applebee's and I had already drank 5 blue motorcycles at another place plus a whiskey sour. Go to Applebee's.
That sounds like something you would do.
That's what I used to do, and then go to Applebee's and say, "Hey, bro, we need to sober up. Let's get a Long Island. That'll sober us up."
Wait, hold on. Do you vape? Is that wait?
Dude, I've vaped for like I've vaped since you've known me. Dude, you've known me the entire time I've vaped.
I lost my composure. I'm sorry. All right, we're good. we're good. We're good.
We're good. We're good.
Hashtag vaping is gay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was fucking that was rude of me.
Hey, at least I don't smell like smoke.
But like, vaping's gay, bro. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot. My bad, Johnny. My bad. I forgot you are in fact a gay fox who is obsessed with Skippy peanut butter. Vaping actually makes sense for you. That all makes sense now. Vaping makes sense for you.
Max, there is a rumor going around that I am gay because I have all these fucking trannies to follow me around.
Sounds legit.
And one that's like begging me to move down near where she lives and shit like that. Oh, you need to get a job down here. I'm like, no.
So like, actually, I've heard a rumor that like you actually have a tranny girlfriend. That developer chick guy thing.
No, that's fucking dude. That's beyond sadness. Just dating Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen. Yeah, like I heard you and Frozen are.
Yeah. Fucking sadness is dating her. Him, whatever.
Oh, I see.
Those two have been dating forever.
I see. Well, that's good. It'd be very unfortunate to think that you're with that thing that shaves its armpits on live hangouts.
Really? I've never heard about that. That's pretty disgusting, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, now you have mental scars for the rest of your life, I guess.
Well, so do you.
Well, who the hell doesn't at this point? I mean, damn, I have this Xiaomi chick that follows me around everywhere and every damn show that I fucking do comes in there and donates $1 and says some gay shit for the fucking text-to-speech thing to say on Twitch and stuff.
Oh, come on, man. You got to roll with the punches.
Well, how would you feel if you got paid $1 for a fucking robot voice to say how they want to put it in your ass and graphic detail?
But you like that, Johnny. How can you say you don't?
No.
This is coming from you, a guy who likes to spread peanut butter all over himself every day for funsies.
No. Not at all.
No?
Not my forte.
You
must be talking about the cat. He's the one that did that.
I'm pretty sure it's you. You're JohnnyFox, right? You're the gay fox man.
No, I'm GPF _ Mournblade.
Nah, you're Johnny Fox. Definitely got that gay fox vibe coming from you.
The gay fox vibe. That's a thing, apparently. Yeah, all I do now is immerse myself in really loud, obnoxious black metal to piss off my neighbors. And
is that what you do in your free time? You listen to loud, obnoxious metal music?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you go outside in your free time?
Sometimes to go shopping.
Sometimes only to go shopping. That's very concerning, man. I mean, I don't know. That scares me a little bit.
I go to Dad's like once a week.
You're scaring me, Johnny.
To go see him. What? What am I supposed to do? What do you think I did outside? What do you think I did?
Don't scare me like this, Johnny. You're scaring me.
What the hell do you think that I did when we used to hang out on GGP and stuff? I mean, that was about as much as I did outside of work, is get drunk at the house and go to Dad's once in a while, go to work every day. That was it.
So, but what you've just told me is the only thing that is possibly changed from then and now is that you don't get drunk, but you still, in fact, spend.
And I don't really go to work every day.
So, is your life better? Question mark.
Not really. If I had a lot of money, it would be. If I was making all the money again, I would be, I guess.
So, like I said, fucking, you're scaring me, man. Don't say shit like that. Make me think you're fucking gonna shoot yourself or something.
Dude, I've literally, I mean, I think apparently you missed the story with the whole thing of fucking, you know, I was working at Dell, and then me and that Amber chick broke up, and, you know, that was like, happened one after another on top of that.
Do you need a hug, Johnny? No homo.
No. Especially not from you. I'm sure that you'll try to do some gay shit with some peanut butter on my nuts.
Hey, man, listen, that's not my forte. That's all you, brother. Go get him, Tiger.
I don't even have a dog to imply to have peanut butter to do such things with.
Oh, wait. Just for clarification, like, repeat what you just said, like the story.
I don't even have a dog in question to do such things with peanut butter with. I haven't ever had a dog.
Like the thing about like the story about Dell, like one after the other. Repeat that.
Oh, that was. I was dating that chick that you remember, that the one with the kid and all that.
Uh-huh.
She's the one that talked me into getting this fucking house I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need a bigger house if you want me to move in. All right, whatever. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm at the end of my lease. I'll go get a house. Got the house the day I'd signed the lease on the 15th last year, July. 3 days later, that was on a Friday. Went to work Monday. Maybe it was Tuesday. I know it was the 18th I got fired, so it might have been Monday. I went into work Monday. The first day I stayed in this fucking house, which is apparently cursed.
Yep.
Dell dropped me, and about a week before Dell dropped me, she dropped me. So I'd signed the lease 2 weeks before I moved in, saying that it would start in 2 weeks.
You must have been really depressed.
I got in here, she left, job left within about a week of each other.
You must have been really depressed at that point.
Not really. I was kind of liberated. I didn't have to deal with a woman fucking annoying the shit out of me. Actually, I was still fucking around with her, but we weren't together. Then she ran off with her ex, and that was, I don't know.
Yep.
I was a little bit pissed off, but that didn't last very long. Maybe a couple days. No, I really don't give a fuck. It's just that happened, and then I haven't had a job in a year. Except for the small contracts.
You weren't at all upset that like your girlfriend, potential wife, left you after you just lost your job.
I mean, not really.
I don't know, man. It seems to me like you're repressing some feelings of anger and sadness.
Well, at that point, it deteriorated to the point that I knew I was questioning if I even wanted to put up with this shit anymore. It wasn't like we were happy and fucking every night and just, it was all great. I mean, we were in such a spot already that I was like, fuck this shit. I was about to leave anyway.
Would you say you're a MGTOW?
No, I'm not somebody that's going to push an ideology of all women are evil because a couple of women wouldn't fuck me.
But like, are there any parts of MGTOW that you agree with?
I agree with the fact that you don't have to be married or dating someone to find happiness, but I mean, I don't think that it needs to be spun into an ideology of all women are out to get your money and all of them are out to stab you in the back and just all this paranoia it brings with it. Might as well be feminism reversed. I mean, I don't subscribe to that, but I don't think you need to have some slut on your rod to make you happy every fucking night. I mean, you can just sit in your house, watch some Married with Children, drink a couple shots of vodka, and be happy by your damn self. I don't see any problem with that. Do you?
No, it's more or less.
I think it's worse when men are dependent on having to have somebody or they're miserable.
I wouldn't judge anybody on that. Everyone's different. Some people...
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying it's kind of an issue. Like, some people take it to such an extreme that they'll put themselves in very bad situations because of that. I have to have somebody, so they'll go get the bar rag from up the road.
You seem like this is a very serious topic for you. Like, you're very emotionally invested in it. A little bit.
Really. Not really.
Well, you just spent 2 minutes going on about how, like, it's all bullshit.
It is bullshit.
So then you definitely are emotionally vested in this.
Enough to say it's bullshit, just as enough as you are into feminism to say it's bullshit.
Well, hey, I don't say feminism is bullshit. I may not agree with it, but,
Well, I'm about as passionate about MGTOWs being full of shit as you being passionate about me putting peanut butter on my dick.
Well, I'm not passionate about that at all, but, like, facts are facts, Johnny, and I deal in facts. And the facts are, you are indeed JohnnyFox, a gay fox who likes peanut butter and doing things with peanut butter.
I'm sure you have screenshots of some Pornhub video you think is me with peanut butter on my dick.
Listen, I don't subscribe to your fetishes. I mean, you want to have your fetishes, have your fetishes. It's cool.
Lord.
So, is there anything that makes you rave and rage, Johnny?
Do what?
Is there anything that makes you rave and rage? Like, anything at all?
What about it? Well, I'm confused. What are you asking me?
Like, is there any particular subject that makes you, like, rage? Like, you just, kind of like MGTOW, but more so. Like, anything that you're, like, just, it fucking angers you.
Not really, not anymore. I mean, I've
not anymore
detached myself from giving a fuck about much,
Well, then, in the past, was there something that, like, upset you to that point where you would lose your cool a little bit only because you wanted to express how much you disagreed or whatever?
People that hate metal music is like, I take as a personal offense.
I see. And why?
Like when someone tries to say metal is just noise and crap, because that's my craft. That's what I, play on guitar. That's what I listen to all day. It's, what I'm deeply invested into is heavy metal. That's about the only thing that can really do what?
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel pissed off when someone says this shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you vape that shit. You vape that shit real good.
It's nice. It's relaxing.
I bet it is, gay boy.
Yeah, I like to suck on this metal thing to bellow smoke into my mouth.
Sounds
really gay.
Hey, I don't judge.
Take it out of context.
No, I don't judge. Much.
Does Johnny play his black metal for recruiters on the phone? No. If I had someone calling for a sales position, I probably would.
He only plays it at Andy's bar on Tuesdays.
Andy's bar? What the fuck is Andy's bar?
Yeah. Of course, you're not allowed to have anything to drink, but you know.
That's true. I can't get back into the alcohol thing. That would be very negative.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, I sneezed.
That'd be very negative if I got back into the alcohol. I'd probably go back to being a damn nut. I know that you're coughing bullshit over there.
No, man, sorry, something came over me. Oh, shoot.
I can't drink anymore.
Oh, man. So, I don't know. There's not really that much else. I guess the last thing is, like, what's with the random stream?
I pulled my recliner in here to do a fucking gaming stream. Decided I didn't feel like setting all the shit up, so I just said, fuck it, I'll go live so people know I'm not dead yet.
Gaming stream? Wait. Gaming stream or take a long-ass Let's Play from YouTube and then pretend you're playing it stream?
A gaming stream.
Oh, okay. What were you planning on playing?
Probably Mega Man X2 or something.
Okay.
Because I still couldn't get my Xbox 360 controller to work on here, so I was going to play Mega Man X2 or...
Xbox 360. You fucking peasant. What?
No, I was saying the controller wouldn't connect, so...
Still a peasant.
Still a peasant.
Need to ascend to the PC Master Race.
The PC Master Race. Yeah, well, the games I play are on PC, technically.
You think I'm joking, though? Should play.
Yeah, Mornblade's still bugging me constantly to buy Overwatch and play with him and all that, but I'm just like, nah, I don't want to play. I don't want to pay.
Overwatch is a shit, man. Don't buy Overwatch. That is not some true gaming shit.
Well, that's what he wants me to play with him for some reason. He's obsessed with it.
Except if you're Grey Knight. If you're Grey Knight, you love Overwatch.
Grey Knight.
What? Who said that? Must be a fucking draft.
Except if you're Grey Knight.
I don't know. That was a fucking weird draft, huh?
Yeah, it has some kind of Tourette right there.
Ah, shit. All right.
So what's going on in the world of GGP right now? Anything? Is Sarge still fawning over JJ Talks and Batman's still crapping in his bat suit and the usual shit?
Hey, Batman never craps in his bat suit. He craps all over other people. Like, for example, Batman is currently crapping all over a gay fox.
You can't tell me that look on his face in the avatar doesn't look like he's crapping in the bat suit.
No, not really. I never thought that, but
that's what it looks like.
You are a gay fox, and you do have gay weird things. So maybe your mind went places because of that. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. So
I don't know.
But yeah, Batman's currently crapping all over you. I imagine Vyrick and Craig, along with Allie and a couple others, are laughing their asses off right now. Hysterically.
Probably.
A joke, a running joke right now. It's a running gag.
I'm sure it is.
It is. It's really funny. I could let you win on it, but like Craig and Allie and Batman, they'd get very mad at me. So sorry. I can tell you this. I can tell you this though, as a consolation prize. Sarge is still fawning over JJ. So that's
crazy. It's crazy he's dealt with it that damn long.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a lot worse that Chris Ray Gun's dating Lacey Green now.
Yeah, what is your thoughts about these anti-SJW guys dating these like hardcore feminist chicks?
I
Heavy
don't know why
quotation on
the
both.
fuck you would even think there was. Why would you bother? Why would you want to fuck that? I mean, Lacey Green is just not. She does. She's. I don't know. I can't find her. It's not even the shit she says. It's just I don't know why the fuck anybody would want to date her. She is just really nasally, whiny, annoying, bitchy, just like an incessant child. Why in the fuck would anyone want to? I mean, unless you're just
Are you
that
sure?
pussy's that fucking good.
Are you sure it's not because you're jealous and you just want in on some of that action? I'm getting a sense of jealousy.
Dude, I swear to God, I would cut my balls off before I even get them anywhere near a feminist.
Whoa, you're starting to scare me again, Johnny. You going to dark
I'm
place?
just saying, I don't need no fucking rape charge on me.
Do we need another therapy session? It's okay.
Yeah, probably. Dude, I mean, if you think about, you know what, we need to seriously ask Chris if, like, when he's banging Lacey, if he has to ask permission for everything he does. Remember that consent thing she did where you have to ask for fucking everything?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he actually has to do that, or if she just,
I don't know, but I mean,
don't fuck at all.
He is tapping that, so I mean, he has one up over you.
I've banged better looking than Lacey Green, I'll tell you that, sir. I may be a fat redneck fuck, but I've had better. A lot better.
Wow, you're just giving a whole truckload of knowledge to your subscribers right now. This stream. To all of Johnny's subscribers.
They act like they haven't heard it before.
To all of Johnny's subscribers, I hope you appreciate this trollish interview.
It's like they don't, as if they didn't know all this shit by now.
Oh, I'm sure that they've learned a lot.
I'm sure they won't give a fuck anyway. It's not like I'm gonna come back tomorrow.
No, they probably won't, but I'd imagine they're all having a good laugh.
Yeah, that's good. At least they're enjoying it.
There you go. That's the spirit.
That's a big set of titties.
I like the Johnny Fox who's somewhat mellow, not the one who's thinking about suicide because he's jobless, doesn't do anything, and doesn't have a woman to fuck. The suicidal Johnny Fox is no bueno.
I don't remember ever being suicidal, but I probably was.
Oh man, the things you were saying before, you cut your balls off, and like how you just stay home most of the day, like shit, man.
I've always been like that, though.
It's not a good way to live. Maybe you should think about going to a 12-step program, huh?
What, a 12-step to get off my lazy ass and actually go talk to people?
Exactly. Talk to a counselor, do some shit with some other people. Have some human interaction, Johnny.
I do. I have it with the cashier. I talk to my dad once a day. That's enough.
Johnny.
Talk to my friends maybe once every 6 months back home.
This pains me right now. It's hilarious. It's both hilarious and painful.
It's both hilarious and painful.
It's like watching a puppy that you love, but it's dying, and so like you don't know whether you should play with him and like comfort him while he's dying, or just be sad that he's dying.
I mean, I've never been as well. I don't know. Adele is a lot more social, but after Adele, I kind of, I don't know. And I can't talk to them anymore, You
sound like you're still kind of salty about, that whole thing with Dell.
Well, I wouldn't say salty, but it's not even salty that I got fired. I'm salty of the shit they did to the people I was friends with after I left. That's what I'm salty about.
Oh, are you sure it's not something you did? I'm not saying it's your fault, but that there's not an underlying reason as to why you were fired. I mean, there's always a reason, but maybe
it was
say
exactly why. And you can ask anybody. I mean, I could I could tell you names and everything. You know, people. You know, I kind of did it in the whole Dell series, but I'll give you this very simple version. What simply happened was I basically had a falling out. Well, not a falling out, but
tell it, bro.
I'm trying to think of how to word this to make it accurate at least.
Take your time. I'll hold my breath.
All right, me and Chaz, which was the guy that I worked with forever. He was the guy that got promoted to run the whole fucking building that I was in. I was still the boss in Xbox, and I was, you know, but he was above me rank wise, so he was like one step above. Well, corporate came down. DVG was on Chaz's ass. Chaz was on bugging the shit out of me about stuff. And at that point, my stepmom was sick with cancer and was dying. And I was trying to go to the fucking, you know, back that direction, you know, like, plus I had a lawsuit shit and all this other shit going on at that time. And he got pissed off because, I don't know, maybe I outshined him. I don't fucking know. I was putting out more work than anybody there. I left everybody alone, but the problem was me and him.
Goddamn, you can talk. All right, sorry.
Me and him didn't like each other, basically. You're asking me the reason. I'm giving you the full context.
Oh, I'm listening. Keep going.
Basically, Chaz came at me and said all this shit about you're not pulling your fucking weight, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I'm the one doing all the fucking work. And then, you know, he kept badgering me every fucking day. So I finally went to my boss, his boss, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Not like that. I put it nicely and professionally. And then they told me that, you know, hand me your badge, you know, you're done because you questioned the master.
I see.
That was it.
Okay. And like
let's be real here. I did put in 2 weeks right before that too. I put in 2 weeks that day, and they released me.
Yeah.
So it's hard to explain what on the paper it says that the contract ended, but realistically, what it was is I told them I was going to leave, and they said, "Get out now." Is how it really happened.
Okay. Well, wait. You said you were mad not because you got fired, but because they did something with your friends after you were fired.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened with that? What'd they do?
They fired a lot of really, really good people that had nothing to do with our drama, and I blame myself for it, even though I wasn't the direct cause of it.
Oh.
Like a lot of people I got fired, and then a friend of mine that's now has a way better job in a nicer place got fired right after for some minuscule bullshit that amounted to nothing. I mean, it was like, oh, he, you know, was at his desk like a minute late or something, like literally 60 seconds. We're not even talking about like 2 hours late. And he got fucking fired. Then another guy that was a really good one got fired for no goddamn reason. They just called him up on Friday and said, get out.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't no reason.
No, this dude was like this fucking the nicest, most hardworking, great fucking guy. I mean, this is a year after, so I have no reason politically to cover up anything. I mean, they just fucking let him go. I guess it was something because Chaz didn't like him. It just wouldn't blow him, I guess. I don't know. Wouldn't suck up to him like the other faggots were doing up there. You know what I mean? Just fucking let him go. And then then I talked to my brother 6 months after, which he's up there now. And he's like, yeah, man, they got rid of everybody.
Oh, that sucks.
They got rid of everybody and replaced them with brand new people that didn't know what the fuck they were doing up there because they wanted to train them the way that they wanted to train them with their new system that doesn't fucking work.
So I don't know.
It's like basically like in your terms, since you are a 4chan type, it's like if Paul said all old fags have whatever it is, 8chan type chan. No. You know the terminology.
I know. Yeah, I know of the.
It's like if you kicked out all the old fags and brought in all normies and didn't let any old fags work or do anything on Paul. If you could possibly do it, but it's the same type of idea.
You sound like a new fag right now, though. Got to be.
But I'm saying that's basically the idea. Old fags got thrown out for normies to do that old fag stuff.
See, like that's not how it works, though. What happens is the new fags come in, and then the old fags make fun of them for being new fags until they stop being new fags.
That's true, but I was trying to put it in terms it would be easier for you to digest.
No, I understood what you were saying, but you just proved you were a new thing. Congratulations.
I don't fuck around with the chan boards anyway.
Mostly because they fuck with you. Hey.
No, it's just, as I said, I don't really talk to many people anymore. I don't feel the need. I'm more focused on getting my own shit straight versus trying to deal with anyone else's shit.
Would you say it's accurate that you can't get yourself out of the kids' pool and you can't even work out why?
I don't even know what that means.
Let me put it in terminology you can understand. You're in a black void right now, and you don't understand which direction to go in to get out of the black void.
I wouldn't say I am in a black void, but I do know what direction to get out, and I'm working my way to get out of the black void.
Well, from what you've told me so far, it seems like you're trying, but and be honest with me, Johnny, are you really trying as hard as you should be?
I know that he's talking shit, and I know that he's starting shit. I know that I've talked to this fucker for 2 years. I know how he operates. Anyway, what was the question? I'm looking at chat. I'm just kind of zoned out. What's the question?
Oh, you're asking for my question? Oh, all right.
Yeah, what was your question?
Yeah, sorry. Freaking like, are you trying as hard as you should be?
Yeah.
And be honest. No, and be honest with me.
I'm being honest. I'm doing my damnedest to try to get one of these high-paying jobs so I can get the fuck out of this city, go somewhere a lot nicer, actually have money coming in, and basically at that point I was kind of...
Then how do you explain having so much time on your hands? Wouldn't that free time be better spent, tracking down other avenues and other stuff? You know what I mean?
Man, it's late at night right now.
Well, no, I understand that, but from what you've told me, you have a lot of time where in the daytime you're not really doing anything except listening to heavy metal.
Well, I listen to metal, but I'm also doing things.
Like what?
Metal's in the background. I'm applying for jobs still.
Okay, but that's still sitting around your house. You see what I'm saying? We're still at the same problem. Now, sitting around your house isn't a bad thing if it's done in moderation.
Okay, hold on. Explain to me. Okay, the problem. I don't have a job. I don't have money coming in, right? Yeah. How do you get a job and how do you get money? You fucking apply for places and talk on the phone and get interviews.
That's another thing actually I meant to ask. Like, how are you paying for food and where you're living right now? I mean, you don't have
small projects. The small projects.
Okay. You're not like getting money.
The first 6 months of being here after Dell fired me, I was on unemployment.
Ah. And like, is your dad or your family helping you out at all?
No.
Oh, I see.
They don't have that kind of money. They don't have money like that coming in. They've got enough to pay for themselves, and that's it. I mean, I'm not a part of a rich family. I don't have family I can say, "Hey, Dad, give me $1,600." It doesn't work like that. I mean, I sold the couch. I sold a few guitars. I sold some amps. I got rid of a lot of gear. I went and pawned off let's put it this way. When I moved here, I had a lot of shit. And now when I move, all I have to take is a recliner, the computer table thing, my bed, and that's it. There's nothing else in this house. And like one box of random just shit and clothes. That's it. I don't have anything in this house.
Hold on. Let's look at a comment
from the money came from.
Let's look at a comment from the chat. Because Paul Deverell, sorry if I just butchered the last name there, Paul, but he said learn stuff, research stuff, make relevant videos, profit. And then before they said, I really want to help. I think Johnny could be so much more. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I used to do that and it didn't get over anyway. So I mean, it works for some people. It's just kind of a luck of a draw if you actually get an audience or not. You know,
But you
some
have to
people.
play. It's like I said though, Johnny. It's not an instant thing, or even in a year or 2 years. Like if you want to get big like the other guys, you gotta like you actually have to put serious work into it. Not you can't procrastinate. You gotta fucking do it every single day or almost every single day. Put the work into it.
Well,
Better
I'm not
yourself. Better
motivated
your video making.
to do this as a job anymore. I don't want this to be my career. I don't want to be a YouTube star. I don't want to be a
Nobody
Sargon.
does. It just happens over time, Johnny. Do you think any of the top tier viewers, let's use PewDiePie for example, perfect guy.
Mhm.
He's even admitted this. Do you think PewDiePie went into the YouTube game with the thought process that he was going to be making over $4 million a year?
He may have not thought about it, but I'm sure
Do
it's
you, do
crossed
you
his
think
mind.
like at, do you think
Look,
at any
it's sort of
point,
like, you can't take what people say and expect that to be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I mean, hell,
no, but
Sargon could go out there and say that he actually gave a fuck about.
no,
He actually
but
gives
like,
a
yeah,
fuck
he
about
certainly
stuff.
gave a fuck about his channel, and he definitely worked it up, and that's how it's blown up to be the biggest channel on YouTube. But my point is, none of these big ass YouTubers, almost none of them, ever expected to garner these multi-100,000 sub channels. They went into it like you're doing, a hobby, and maybe I'll get better at it over time if an audience grows, and that's that's one way to do it. But like sometimes you actually have to do the work to grow the audience too.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying
Because
to, and
your
I'm not looking to, and it's not a
because
goal of mine
your
anymore.
audience is going to expect you to better your content over time. If your content doesn't get better, they're going to leave. It's just how it is.
They already have.
Well, no, you still got a sizable audience. There's 18 people watching now. I think it peaked at 20 at one point. So I mean, you have a dedicated audience here, but it's up to you if you want to keep them.
I mean, I don't
All I'm saying is you have an opportunity to potentially make a little money and have a long-term learning experience about video editing, video making, writing scripts. All of these things are necessary to make, high quality YouTube video.
I mean, at this point, I just don't care. I just don't. I don't want.
Do you not care because you stole content and got caught and now your reputation is kind of tarnished? Or do you not care because you stopped caring for some underlying reason that we're not dealing with right now?
I think it's I just don't care because a mixture between the new medication just makes me not care, and just the fact of
you're on a new medication.
I don't have,
whoa! You're on a new medication. What?
Yes.
Like mental type medication or?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, at least you're taking something for it. That's good.
That's that's what was the turning point where he took me from where I was like a raging hellfire on Twitter, always trying to fucking, burn shit and start fights and just be an asshole to everybody and just be a complete cunt to everybody around me, to what you see now where I'm just so mellow. I just don't really give a fuck about anything. I'm just sitting here relaxing, talking to somebody on the phone essentially, because I'm bored.
That thought process only works short term though. I'm sure you know that. You can't not give a fuck about anything forever. And like that's why your audience is telling you they want to see you do better. You have a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and they're kind of sad to see you sulking like this in a stream. And they're probably even sadder than I'm playing pretend therapist to you right now. Well, they're actually probably laughing about that, but I mean, it's saddening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's important for them to be able to see inside the mind of a creator, to understand them better. Some people enjoy that type of cathartic, type of thing.
I don't know, man. I think you should consider what they're saying. I mean, you don't have to decide on what you want to do tonight, tomorrow night, a week, a month from now, but like at least take into account what they're saying. You know, and there's been at least 5 or 6 people that have all said more or less the same thing, that you have talent, potential, they want to see you better. It's very concerning to see you like this. And well, it's, you know, true, you know, that it's interesting to see in the mind of creator. You're also being very depressing.
I mean, I'm not depressed right now.
And like the Xenomancer said, we didn't know you were legit fucked in the head, Johnny. Glad you sought help.
I thought everybody knew that. I thought it was kind of evident that my actions are not of a normal person.
Well, at least you admit that. That's the first step.
What?
At least you admit to it. I mean, that's the first step to getting help, right? Admitting you have a problem.
I mean...
Now, if only you could do the 12-step program to get off of your peanut butter addiction.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
It would.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just what? I don't know. I mean, I've always been legit fucked in the head, and everybody knows it. I mean, if you watch any of my videos, you know it comes directly from mental illness. It's not... I'm not.
Wait, you have a mental illness, like diagnosed?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Like what, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Everybody in the world knows it. I've said it a million times. I have bipolar, I have ADD, and I have an anxiety disorder.
Oh, okay.
I have manic depression, whatever. I don't know.
Which one are you taking medication?
Well, I never really have the swing up. It's whether I'm normal or I'm apathetic and kind of just don't really care and don't really, just kind of out in space somewhere, just like fuck it, you know.
Which medication?
Or just really fucking mad. That's like another set.
Which thing are you taking your medication for? The depression? Or
all of them.
Oh, shoot.
Some of my medicine cabinet, you would think I was making toilet meth probably. As much shit as I'm on.
Dr. G said maybe you need some balance. What do you think?
I mean, I take a bipolar pill every day. I take an anxiety pill same time. I have to take an ADD pill.
Wait, you take multiple medications? Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Wow.
And I have for years. And they finally found a balance where at least I may not be myself, but at least I'm not myself. Because myself is a bad self.
So, like, I don't know how I want to phrase this because it's going to seem like a jackass, but I'll say it anyways. So would you say that your disabilities and medication play a role in you not really wanting to do anything with a lot of your free time?
Probably. I mean, that does. I mean, I'm on a mood stabilizer and I'm on an anti-anxiety pill, which both of them probably make you like I am now. And, you know, but it's better than what I was, you know, 6 months ago, where I was always ready to fight somebody or just, you know, get into some shit.
Well, see, I don't know. I disagree. I mean, at least you were active. I mean, from what it sounds like to me, you're kind of in a rough spot. You're not really doing much. Yeah, you're applying for jobs. That's certainly a step in the right direction. But, like, you need other avenues, Johnny. If you don't have other avenues, what are you going to do? You know, like, you need something else.
What do you mean? Other avenue? What kind of avenues? Avenues to what?
You need to do something, you know, like, you know, and just do something out of the house. Go for a walk. You know, go see some friends and chill the fuck out over the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I said I go to Dad's house once a week.
Yeah, that's once a week, though. What about the other 6 days, Johnny? Yeah, and I know you apply for jobs, but, like, there's plenty of time in the day other than applying for jobs to do other things.
I mean, if I'm not applying for jobs, then I'm basically sitting in my recliner in my living room watching YouTube, most likely.
And that
or
is
emailing
not,
people back.
That is not healthy, Johnny. That's what me and your audience is telling you. That right there is not normal. That's not healthy. You need to find
another battery.
You need to do something else.
Look at those battery.
People, he's scaring me right now. What do you guys think? I think he's scaring me. Scary shit. We all have Asperger's. 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 With a B, not a P. Burgers. Say it with me now. Asperger's. With Skippy on top. Lots of Skippy. Hey, Johnny, I think I can tell you what the thing is now. Batman's been dumping on you this whole time with the recording. Oh, but you can't hear it right now because you're away. But, it's okay, Johnny. We all still love you. Like a sick dog that needs to be put down. I mean, hey, how you doing, Johnny?
All right, what do you mean it's not healthy?
Isn't it kind of self-evident, dude? It's not healthy to watch YouTube videos all day for several days in your downtime when you're not doing other stuff you have to do. Like, Johnny, I know you have common sense here, so you know what I mean when I say it's not healthy. It's just.
I mean, I've been like this for probably the last 10 years.
And that's not healthy. Like,
what should I be doing then, Dr. 23? What do you do in your downtime when you're not applying for jobs and working or fucking your girlfriend?
Go out into your community and do shit. Like, you have friends, right? Go see your friends. Take a walk. Fucking, you know what I mean? Go down to a bar and hang out. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck, man. Go join a club or something, like, or you know what I mean? Go help out a church or volunteer at a soup kitchen. There's infinite possibilities for shit you could do other than sitting on your couch and watching you know what I'm saying? Like, doing that is not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you physically, and it sure as shit isn't gonna help you mentally. And I know you know this.
My thing is, I'm at the point now that I don't like to be around people in real life. I don't enjoy
that's it. My point. You become antisocial.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. You need now. Everybody has a little bit of antisocial behavior. This is true. Hell, I have a little bit of antisocial in my work. You know, as a construction worker, I'm around a bunch of guys all fucking day. And I'm around people like most of fucking the day when I'm not working because I'm doing shit or seeing friends, you know what I'm saying? But like, you still need to socialize with people, Johnny. If you don't socialize, you get worse and worse and worse and worse.
You know, I've like lived away about 2 hours away from my family and friends for I don't know how long, about 2 years now. And I've probably, outside of Dell, I don't think I've ever met anyone outside of my original circle, really. Like after work at Dell, I would never go and see anybody or, you know, hell, when I moved out, I don't think I haven't seen one of my best friends I used to play guitar with all the time in 2 years. I haven't seen him since I moved out. And my brother, I might see him like twice a year when I go up to see him.
But are you happy with the way things are right now? Like, are you happy just sitting there watching YouTube videos? Are you content with doing that? Or do you want that to change? Because it's all on you.
I guess you could say I'm content with it, really. It's just I enjoy the isolation, if you will.
I don't know, man.
You have... When you're alone, you have a lot more time to figure things out and to work on your own.
That's perfectly natural. But when you do it too much, you can see where that's a problem.
See, the problem is that I used to use YouTube as the social supplement, I guess you would call it. You know, that's where I would talk to people for a few hours a day and that'll be it. You know, with Twitch and stuff. That was my, whatever you want to call it, the social thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because it made money. It was enjoyable for the time it was. And, you know, that's the big thing. You know, it's like, I don't know. I was thinking about when I moved to the next city that I'm moving to, I might start like a band or something again. I haven't, you know, been in one since 2012. So, I mean, wouldn't mind getting back into making music again or something.
Yeah, that's something to do, man. Like, anything you take it, even a passing interest in, you should like put some time into that rather than watching YouTube videos. Like, I like watching YouTube videos too, but shit, man, like, I would not want to watch YouTube videos for fucking 4 hours a day on repeat every day for a couple days a week. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? It's not healthy.
Well, do you live by yourself?
Nope.
All right, so you do. I'm not trying to pry into anything like that. I'm just saying, so you live with someone else?
Yes.
Well, whoever it is, doesn't matter. That's the difference. Have you ever lived by yourself?
For a little while, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did actually. It's just, you know, money.
Yeah, well, I don't know how in the hell I've survived this whole year without any income besides YouTube and small projects and selling shit, but somehow I have, by the grace of God himself. You know, I don't know. It's just I've gotten to a point where like nobody comes to see me anyway, right? So it's like, you know, none of my, like anytime I'd ask my friends to hang out, they want me to drive 2 fucking hours up there. Like they never meet in the middle. It's always, you know, come up here, you know. I'm just like, fuck that. I ain't fucking coming up there. Then
like, you know what? YouTube is a passing interest or like a hobby at this point for you, right? Like, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're so interested in YouTube, why don't you just jumpstart your channel, man? Fucking bring it back.
Because I like to watch, and I don't feel like I have anything left to offer anybody. I don't feel like my content is good enough to offer to anybody anymore. I feel like I've got
that right there is the depression talking, and that is why you need an outlet. You've been isolating yourself, and because you've been isolating yourself, you have a shit ton of self-doubt. Like, I'm not good enough. Who would want to talk to me anyways? I'm not interesting. I have nothing interesting.
Well, you know,
these are all warning signs of a depression getting worse, Johnny.
Well, here's the thing. I did try to go to a lot of other creators to try to do crossovers with probably 30 people. I only got like one positive. The rest rather didn't say anything. Well, 2. I mean,
like, look, people are telling you in the chat right now, like, the effort to do these things will repay you 1,000 times, and he's right. You won't even care about the money as much. That'll be nice, but like, your mental health will improve. Your physical health could improve too, man. Like, these things, if you just put effort forth, Johnny. Do I need to go fucking find Sheila Buff's fucking speech and play it for you?
The just do it speech.
Exactly, man. You just gotta do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be memes, man.
Max, I don't have a mission anymore. The mission's over. The war is over.
And that's because you've given up. You've fucking lost your faith. Why?
There's nothing left to do.
There is.
Candid died yesterday.
No, Johnny, you have tricked yourself into thinking there's nothing to do. You've tricked yourself into thinking you're not interesting, or that you have nothing interesting to offer, or that your audience doesn't care about you. But we're sitting here right now on a stream with 19 people watching on a channel that has 5.6K subscribers. And everyone in the chat is telling you, and has been telling you since the start of the stream, how much talent and potential you have, and they're frustrated that you're being super depressive right now and not thinking about, holy shit, I do have something I could, you know, build upon. You have a foundation right now. You just don't see it, or you don't want to see it. You want to give up because giving up would be easier than actually putting a little bit of effort forth over a long period of time and building that effort up more and more. And all of them are right. If you just do that and you just dedicate yourself a little bit, you're going to get repaid. I can't even express how much you'll get repaid. Because, yeah. And I know, like I said, Johnny, you have common sense, and I know you know these things, and I'm fairly sure you've thought about all of this because you think about things a lot. You're smart enough to apply yourself to something like this. You can do Let's Plays. You say you like doing Let's Plays, so why don't you do Let's Play commentaries and talk about whatever the fuck comes to mind or whatever people want? I know you're going to say, I have nothing I want to talk about. But guess what, Johnny? It's not all about you. The people who come here come to watch you, the personality, JohnnyFox. And they're gonna, and guess what? For that hour-long Let's Play or whatever commentary, people are gonna ask you questions and have a good time, a jolly old good time. And that's where your subject matter comes from. All the people asking you questions. What do you have to say?
Just not motivated. I don't see the point.
Oh my God, Johnny. I just spent fucking 5 minutes. God damn it, Johnny. It's like you fucking have wax in your ears. Like, damn it, Johnny. Just like I said, think about what they're saying. Think about what I'm saying. And I'm not even saying this shit to troll you. I hope you could see that I'm being genuine when I say this. Apply yourself. Do something.
You know what I want to, you know what I want, Max? You know what will make me happy right now? A contract. Work. Something useful. Something that makes money. Something that makes it where I don't have to worry about fucking
something that makes money right now, you jack.
What, $80 fucking a month?
Dude, you have something. You have a
I need to get back in tech. That's what I want. That is my passion. I want to get back into tech. I want to go back to working on shit. You can get
back into tech. There are plenty of YouTubers who have day jobs that do, you know, fucking tech jobs, science jobs, you name it, and they still have time to run a YouTube channel, Johnny. You can have both. I know it's hard to concept to grasp, but you can have both. And you'd help yourself a lot if you spent time building on the foundation of this channel and giving your subscribers that clearly want more content from you and you to stop being a fucking lazy, depressive asshole. You know what I'm saying? You can have both.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You do need to get a job. You are a lazy bum.
I want to get a job. That's what I want. No, that is what I want. I want a job. I want a new city. I want a new fucking house. I want to actually be able to not have to think about money 24/7.
And you won't have to think about money 24/7 if you not only get a job, but you build on your YouTube channel. Instead of throwing this pity party of a stream for yourself and going la 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 to all of your subscribers telling you good advice, how about you listen?
I'm perfectly content in my particular situation if I had a job.
I don't know.
I'm happy being an isolated fucking hermit.
You say you're content, but I think deep down you're looking for something. And I don't even think you know what you're looking for at this point, but I think you're looking for something.
I'm looking for a job and peace and quiet. That's what I want.
And you can have those things. See, like, this is what I don't get, Johnny. You want to give up on YouTube simply because you don't want to put in the effort. The minimal amount of effort. You don't want
I put in 3 years into this damn platform. Come on now.
Yeah, and you've spent.
Well,
Are you willing to
on this
throw?
channel by itself.
Are you willing to throw 3 years of dedication down the drain?
It's not like the fucking thing is doing anything else. I mean, you want to see my analytics, what they're at right now?
No, I'd rather not. It's also against YouTube's terms of service to show your analytics, but I mean...
Well, the point is, it's a fucking ghost town here most of the damn time. It's like, what the fuck's the point?
Because you don't post any content, Johnny.
I do. I posted a video today.
Yeah, but how long ago was it before that? A week? I think it was a week.
2 weeks.
You see, that's the problem, Johnny.
How often does GGP do a stream?
That's different, man. We don't do.
That's different, apparently.
No, it is. We don't do our shit for money, and it's obviously a joke. And anybody who watches GGP knows that it's fucking a troll stream, and we do troll streams every once in a blue moon. You, however, run a YouTube channel, a semi-professional YouTube channel. You have all of your social links, your Patreon, your GoFundMe, fucking commentary. You have other shit listed here, right in the description. Johnny, you're running a pretty much professional YouTube channel, and you want to give up on it, even though you have a sizable audience that will help you build and make money for you just by watching your content. Tell me the logic in that. That's like me taking $250,000 and saying, nah, I don't want this money. I don't want it because I have to do something to get it. Nah.
The channel has zero growth. Every time I upload, I lose
because you don't
for
upload consistently, Johnny.
Even when I did. Even when I did put up like fucking 7 videos a week, it wasn't doing shit.
That's because, Johnny, that you have to know, you have to understand balance in this. You can't do 7 videos a week. You can't. Not
I used to stream every damn night.
Not when your channel
went up and then it went down the drain and never came back.
Not when your channel's this small. What your subscribers want is a good amount of videos, like 3 to 4 a week, and they want those videos to be quality over quantity. Okay? They want let's plays where, you know, let's play streams where you are actually playing the game first of all. They want, you know, to fucking ask you silly ass questions and you respond to them and everyone has a great time. They want you to report on news, whatever fucking topic fits your fancy. That's what they want, because they don't just come here for you. They do come here for you, but they also want to hear you talk about interesting things.
Like for the $2 Philosopher Twilight Sparkle. Yeah, Twilight Philosopher Sparkle. What the fuck? Can't even read.
Hey, asshole, stop with the pity part. See, even Twilight's telling you. Even though Twilight's a massive...
I'm not depressed. I don't know why you think I'm so depressed right now.
You are depressed. You've been having a pity party stream.
What the fuck?
All right, here.
Fucking...
No. Don't ask me. How about let's ask the chat? Everyone in the chat. Everyone
How
in the
is this a pity party? I'm sitting here and the guy's asking me about my problems and I'm telling them what's going on.
Everyone in the chat, is JohnnyFox very depressing right now? Is he having a pity party? Say yes or no in the chat. Go for it.
I don't see myself being depressive or depressed.
Hold on. Let's wait for all of your people to tell you. Oh, we got a yes, F.
An F from Craig.
Yes.
Why don't you get Craig in here? Maybe he can explain it to me better.
Craig is gonna say more or less the same shit. But you know what, Craig? Hey, if you want to come on here, go for it, man.
Fuck it, why not? It doesn't matter anyway. Did Phil actually come out as a homo or something? Because he just said in chat that he's a massive faggot.
Yeah, I called you a faggot philosopher.
Oh.
I'm 23, not Max Sand. Did that guy die?
Yeah, apparently. That's what I
I don't
heard.
know.
I haven't seen.
I think someone's
them.
pretending. Someone's definitely pretending to be that guy. Anyways,
probably. Maybe somebody from WLAE crew or something.
Maybe, I don't know, but
probably Batman.
Maybe. Oh, I wouldn't put it past Batman. Although he's currently running an op right now, so
he's oh God.
Operation Batman Dumps. So yeah.
In his bat suit. Operation Batman dumps in his bat suit.
No, he's dumping all over somebody right now.
Fucking Joker, I should have got a fucking ass flap on this thing. So keep crapping in the bat suit.
Yeah. Keep thinking that, Johnny. But no, for real. Like, see, like everyone. My point is, everyone has just said that yes, you're throwing a pity party for yourself, and no matter how much. And no matter how much anybody tells you to stop throwing the pity party and just apply yourself, you're not.
I am. I'm applying myself to a million different positions to get money.
But you're not applying yourself to the most obvious source of income, YouTube. Like I said, the example of fucking burning $250,000 because you have to do a little work first, like. What logic is there to that? Do you see what I'm saying, Johnny? Like, all you have. I'm not saying fucking go 100% on this shit. You don't even have to put a lot of effort. You have to put just enough effort to make your fans happy. And right now, what they're telling me and you is they don't even want a lot of effort. They want you to just do the bare minimum right now. Because they know the bare minimum.
I put out a video today about Sargon, for fuck's sake.
That's not the bare minimum.
Yeah,
the bare minimum. The bare minimum would have been fucking your original plan to do a let's play. That would have been the bare minimum. You should have went with your original plan.
I probably should have stayed on Twitch.
Nah, you fucked yourself on Twitch.
No, I'm saying I should have stayed there from the start and never jumped over to the whole Gamergate thing. I've said that so many fucking times, though. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Shoulda just stayed in gaming. Just shoulda stayed over there. You would have probably been better off.
Nah, man. Like you're fucking good right now. You have a channel with people watching. Why?
Well, the thing was, I technically sold out to become an anti-SJW thing. That was a gaming channel.
Craig, out here, I'm a hand it over to you. I think Batman has enough. So here you go, everyone. Why
are you handing it over to me?
Here is the Xenomancer, aka Craig, aka who is Craig. I'ma leave. Peace out, motherfucker.
The fuck are you leaving? Fuck you, stay.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, that was one way to try to convince him to stay. Fuck you, stay.
Yeah, I thought it would work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
So what's up, man?
Hey, shit. Just usual stuff. It's the weekend. I'm bored, and I ain't got no fucking recruiters to talk to right now, which is what I fill most of my time with. So I'm just kind of drifting around now. Do what?
I said you keep saying that. Now, I'm guessing that this is either true or you're trying to convince yourself that it's true.
No, I've talked to a lot of them. I had a couple call from Dell, actually.
Really?
From Dell's EMC thing, because that was part of DCS, which was the data center services, and this was EMC, which is, I don't know what the fuck to do. Somehow it's a different company they run. But they were calling, and I haven't heard the follow-up back from that, but that was offering like $70,000 a year or something. So I was going to take that.
Well, yeah, I'd try to take it, but I wouldn't, just don't count all your eggs. Don't count all your chickens.
I got 30 fucking jobs in the air right now. I'm waiting for any of them to say yes. Because what I did was go on Career Builder, put my resume on there, and just fucking applied for everything. Like, I showed you my list, you would see 1,500 jobs applied for. Because they got that little, apply to all thing, that button where it sends the resume to all the companies.
Okay.
So every time you apply for one and you're at the end of it, it'll say quick apply all and you'll apply to 50 jobs. You just do that for a couple hours and you've applied for an ungodly amount of jobs. And I've been doing that as they, the new ones come and all that. And, you get a lot of calls from that. You don't get 1,500 calls. You get more like, 20, 30. I think the first day I did it on a weekend Monday, it was a Monday, and I think I got registered 20 calls or something that day from different places. Recruiters, not actual hiring managers.
Okay.
You know how all that works. Point is, I've been talking to a lot of recruiters.
They've been offering you anything, or like they said they gave you? I guess you said you got a couple of different salaries that have been offered or negotiated.
Yeah,
they've started negotiations with at least.
Yeah, we've done all that, and we've signed the paper. We'll sign the the right to represent stuff and all the other boring bureaucratic bullshit that they give you, and all these different things.
Now you're just waiting for them to get back to you as to whether or not you have a job.
Yeah,
you haven't.
That's what most of them are.
And you haven't signed anything. You haven't signed any exclusivity agreements or anything like that yet. Like this is the only job I'm applying to, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they go to the hiring manager
Did they tell you how long to wait? Did they give you a calendar date for return?
No.
Says usually it's around 2 to 3 weeks.
End of day, and you wouldn't hear nothing. Then they'll hit you up in 3 days or something. And
did you say end of day? Because that has passed by about 25 days.
Yeah.
So they're not getting back to you, basically.
Well, no, I mean, I only started doing this heavily in the last 2 weeks.
What month do you think it is? Because you said some of them said.
The calendar to see?
You said some of them said the end of May, and it's June 25th.
End of day, not end of May.
Okay, because that's just May was 25 days ago, man.
No, end of day.
All right. Well, I think end of day is probably also passed.
Yeah, that's what they'll say, and then you don't hear nothing, and then they get back to you a couple days after with different stuff. I mean, I've gotten the lowest I've gotten was 33 an hour. The highest I got was 47 an hour out of proposals in 3 different cities.
Well,
and I've already done the planning for whichever city I go to. I already know what apartment I'm gonna move to, and that's a whole.
So you've already started sorting your moving plans, etc.
Yeah.
You've looked at the fringe benefits and so on as to your liking.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just waiting for a couple of job offers to land home.
Pretty much, and then I'll move to whatever city it is that I picked the job.
All right. Have you looked at living expenses in those cities and adjusted cost of living?
Both of them are the exact same for.
Okay.
Because one.
So your living expenses a fraction isn't going to change
much for an apartment.
Okay. What about the other living costs? If you looked at the area adjustments, is it going to be twice as expensive to eat food wherever you go, or that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at all of it. I mean, I have all this time on my hands. I've looked at everything. It's roughly going to be $1,000 a month for rent. It's going to be around 80 or 90 for heat or whatever, because that's what I'm paying now, unless it's winter, which will be double that. And then basically, to not bore you with every minute bullshit detail, it's going to.
Well, it's nice to know that you're thinking about these minute bullshit details because they are important.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the point is, it's going to be around anywhere between $1,800 to $2,000 a month in expenses.
Oh, before we go any further, Death Lord Nero 666, you've been noticed.
Yeah, you've been noticed.
Oh, hey, Bats.
Hey, Bat. Well, the point is, I'm just trying to. I mean, that's what I'm focusing all my time on because YouTube is, of course, is something that's not going to pay the bills right now.
Yeah, I don't think it is for anybody who starts it. Quite frankly.
Yeah, especially now with the apocalypse bullshit, ain't nobody fucking making any money. Sargon's probably struggling too at this point.
I heard it's getting pretty difficult to make money off of YouTube and such.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I bet you YouTube charged. I bet you the amount of money YouTube charged these advertisers in order to split up how their ads are being placed is what's compensating for the lack of ads on other channels. Like, I bet you it's not hurting YouTube so much as it's just hurting the advertisers. Plus, I bet you their click-through rates are down.
How easy do you think it would be to actually start making money off of, like, say, just playing games every once in a while?
You'd have to have a lot of people watching you.
Yeah.
So look, it's something you can transition to if you don't like your job anymore. Don't make that obvious. We're like, hey, my job sucks. I'm going to keep pushing for money here. But if you're competent and you enjoy what you're doing and it shows through, then people will watch you.
You think Twitch might be a better option?
Well, I'm saying, like, why do you think 21 people are watching right now? It's not because all of them hate you.
I'm sure half of DDM is watching right now.
I mean, you can imagine that, the people from GGP who felt like sneering at you. Like, it's, some of us are here to troll your ass, but we do actually give a fuck about you to an extent here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you happy and doing real digs. That's pretty good.
I mean, it's not even really trolling because, honestly, you should see how me and Mornblade talk to each other daily, so it's a lot worse than this.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to call it trolling. It's just us giving you shit.
Everybody does.
What are friends for, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. If you can't talk shit, like even Jeff Holiday made a good point. He's like, I went in this fucking stream and nobody would talk shit to me, and I hate that. They wouldn't talk about. No one said I look like Jonathan Davis or anything.
Allow me to alleviate this for you, you redneck motherfucker.
Dude, I'll tell you what. The funny thing is, we are drawing double the house that me and Jeff Holiday did. Jeff Holiday with 45,000 subscribers. We pulled 10 people.
That's because Jeff Holiday's a piece of shit. There, now he can feel comfortable.
God damn. So what is your problem with him?
I don't have a problem with him, but apparently he doesn't like when people don't shit talk him.
No, I'm saying he doesn't like it because nobody would talk shit to him. So, well, he just did. There you go. I don't know, man.
Yeah, feel free to bring your 45,000 subscribers to JohnnyFox's channel and talk shit about you.
Hey, Johnny, how much were you making on Twitch, by the way, when you were doing your live stream?
I think the total amount on Twitch at the end of the day was around $1,000.
Did you have fun doing that and shit? You still do that?
I did for a while, and then my recliner broke, and I fucking got depressed for a while, and I got a new recliner now, so.
So, why did you do it?
Why did I do what?
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Why did I do that?
Why am I banned from your YouTube channel? I'll start there.
Psychosis.
All right. Okay. Now, the follow question is, why did you use the long play footage of other people in your streams?
Laziness.
All right.
Being honest. Fuck it.
And no, okay, that's fine. You're being honest, which is something I appreciate here. Now, why did you let some of us? Why did you let some
lack of motivation? And it was only a couple times that I did that. Honestly, that I can remember probably more because I'm sure people have dug into it. But
people have. So here's the
point: is it was laziness, or I just I felt like it would be a better product if I didn't.
If it wasn't.
It has to be perfect. For me, I have to have everything perfect. The audio has to be perfect. The fucking commentary has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. And if I don't perform for shit, then I get pissed off at myself. So that was a night I was pissed off about something else and said, fuck it. I'm just going to take it the easy way and just phone this performance in, basically.
So I have to ask you another thing as one of the people who was trying to help you out with this. Why did you let me stick my neck out only for your hand to be on the axe bringing it head down?
Which everyone got their heads chopped off during that period.
You lied to me and a couple others about this stuff, and we were really trying to help you out.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see you took some of our advice and you've got jobs that are lined up here. But, I have to, that just, it didn't really feel right to me.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want me to tell you, man.
That's all I wanted
Sorry
to
for
hear.
being such a bastard that I was, to everybody at that point in time. I mean, as you found out now, as if I don't know if I ever told you, but I do have. I'm not going to blame it on mental illness entirely.
No,
Of
you
course
don't
I
need to
have
say anything
cognitive.
else because you'll start digging yourself a hole again. Trust me. But
The
point is, I'm happy to hear you say sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to hear from you on that.
Yeah. And I did have that bad period, which is now over. But at the same time, I wouldn't. I'm not depressed. It's just I want to focus on real life. I need to make sure that I'm taken care of, so I can take care of the people. If I'm not making enough to pay my bills doing YouTube, I have to get a job. Otherwise, the show can't be made because I won't have anywhere to fucking shoot it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That's why I'm focusing so hard on this.
Look, you got your priorities straight, which is good, because that was something we were worried you weren't going to be able to really do on your own, which is primarily focus on a job. Like I said in the chat, I'm glad you've found help if you had an issue that you were going through. So, it's about time.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the issues. You've always known me since I had the issues. I mean, I've had issues since I was 10 years old, and finally seem to have gotten them sorted out. But at the same time, I'm not. I don't know. As I get older, I get more woosah, I guess is the word you would use. I don't. The fire is not as big as it used to be, and I mean, that's sort of like, my dad is like that. He's always very woo-saw. And when he gets mad like me and he blows his top, but it's not very often. But, once he blows his top, it's over. He doesn't let it dwell on him. And the longer, the older I get, the more closer to him I get, behavior-wise. More woo-saw, more calm, more collected, more introverted, more in my own head than more isolated, but also more he was never a fireball. Mom was the fireball, not him.
You're building such an ideal for yourself that you're not going to live up to.
Yeah.
So,
and
just watch yourself on that.
It's just, it's not that I'm trying to be like him. It's just that I feel that I am naturally progressing to be growing into that type of person at this point. That's just like how I am. It's not something I have control of. I mean, because think about me when you first met me. I was fucking fireball all the time. Wide open, fucking loud, obnoxious, evil. And now I've gotten more woo-saw and changed my religion and all the other things. So
sure.
I've had to mellow the fuck out or I was going to die. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, that's literally what it was. I mean, I thought that I was having a damn heart attack at that point. Chest pains and shit. What the fuck? I mean, something had to change. What had to change? I had to get away from bullshit and I had to fix my damn issues or else I was going to fucking die.
Well, then, there you go.
I didn't have a choice. Well, I mean, because I'll be 100% with you, Craig. Those fucking feuds with Blair and Sargon and all these people, it wasn't a fact of, I'm just trying to get some laws. I mean, I legitimately was dug in mentally to where I became obsessed with destroying that. That was my mission. It was someone gave me fucking papers saying, go take them down, stop them. And that was what it was like before I got on my meds. It was constantly, I gotta dig, I gotta tear these people down, I gotta stop them from doing this shit that they're doing. It was fucked up.
I'll say this: make sure you leave this stream up because I think it's fairly introspective for you, I think it's a good thing for
I've
you
had
to
plenty
be able to
of
remind
them.
yourself of. Well, I think this one's better than others in that you've admitted certain things to yourself and to the public, which is a good thing.
I think the biggest thing that bothered me about the whole Rami coming after me with that thing was the fact that I felt like it wasn't really. I mean, I know Rami was doing it out of malice, of course, because that's just how Rami is in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing was, I felt like at that point I was so dug in to this being my thing that this is all I had, that there was no other options because nobody was calling, that I had no hope for anything else. And I felt like she had pulled the rug and I was fucked. You know, that was it. And that was, like a beast in a cage about to get shot with a shotgun feeling.
You just got to remember, if you fall off the horse, you got to climb back on. It's a cliche, but it's not like it's not true.
I mean, it's just the point of, I felt like it was somebody essentially trying to destroy all I had left in this world. That's why I was so pissed off at that point. And then I got on the meds and stopped thinking like that, and it helped me a lot more and got me where I could actually start thinking logically and not so fucking warpath, gotta destroy everything and be like I was with Candid, where I was just ruthless. Which, I mean, I know people are happy about me and the Candid stuff, but that was fucking...
If you see the worst of yourself in that and you think you have a way to move on, then do that.
I think the worst of me was me versus Blair White. That was my worst point.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
That was bad. That's where you saw me at my... That's probably where I would have fucking pressed a shotgun in my mouth at that point in time. I was that damn nutty at that point. From a mixture of things. And that was where I had to put my anger and just fucked up headedness at that point somewhere. And the place I saw to put it was in her, basically.
Was a vagina that doesn't exist?
No, not like that. Was that I saw it as basically, I would just flat out just say it. I saw Sargon and Blair and all these people basically the same way I did as DVG and them. You know how I don't know if this is something that's a psychological thing, but where you project past
anguish onto present persons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing for that entire time. I was looking at Sargon and thinking, that's DVG, that's Chaz, that's this person, that's that person, and I just wanted to get them, and that's the mentality I had, that I subconsciously was, as you said, projecting past anguishes on current persons. Then I got on the fucking meds and calmed the fuck down and left them alone and apologized to everybody and was just moved on and left everybody alone for a good while. And
yeah,
they ain't never gonna forgive me, and I'm sure they won't because that's how they are. But whatever.
Like I said, it's apologizing is kind of the first step there, and I'm glad you've at least accepted you did something wrong and you're willing to say sorry for it.
I mean, I did a lot of things wrong.
That's really all a lot of people wanted to hear from you, by the way.
I didn't really expect you would.
Was just to hear that you admit that you did something wrong, you acknowledged it, and then you apologized for it. Someone doesn't have to like you to accept your apology. That's not a necessary step.
I hate, what's one thing I really hate is, and at the same time, I think, I can't even confirm it, but the one thing that bugs me now is that I took out all that anger and frustration on Leo Tiberius that night. Mm-hmm. Like the night that Rami started the accusations, I fucking called Leo on Skype and yelled my head off and called him a motherfucker and told him I was going to kill him and all sorts of other stuff, and I just feel bad because he may have not have been the most trustworthy person. I don't know. Maybe he was involved in that whole trying to dox me shit. I don't know. But at the same time, I really did like Leo. I mean, I enjoyed talking to him. He was a very entertaining person. He was like, another Mournblade. He talked a lot of shit, but he was...
You never shut up either.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I liked about him. You know, he was just.
Do you think maybe you should reach out to him and maybe apologize?
Well, he was
for
here
what
earlier talking all sorts of shit in the chat about a cover letter or something that they had found on LinkedIn, trying to say I was lying about Dell from some fucking cover letter that they apparently found of me from many years ago or some shit. I don't fucking know. I mean, if people really want it that bad, I'll black out my actual info and put my fucking resume on Twitter. A damn screenshot.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's just inviting people to go and piss other people off.
I'm just saying.
So,
I mean,
look, Johnny,
really
here's another thing.
Bad.
Here's another thing. Do us all and yourself a huge favor and just leave this stream up. Like, just don't delete this.
Everybody's saying
you will actually really help yourself if you did leave it up. Actually, if you would.
Thanks for the $2, Twilight, for the Leo and I never really got along. Well, Leo was the type of guy that was very divisive. He was somebody that rather you got along with or you didn't, and I personally got along with him, and I always thought very highly of him until we had our falling out over that stupid shit that I should have just fucking admitted to, but wasn't in the right mind to do it. But
now here's another thing you have to do. If once you apologize, etc., etc., just got to remember to put mistakes in the past and not repeat them, and that's all. You don't need to live. You don't need to live every day after this apologizing for it.
Yeah, I think a big part of why I kind of stay away subconsciously is just the fact that I don't want to repeat any more new mistakes. Maybe that's part of it. That I don't want to.
Oh, don't freeze up.
Like I almost fucked up today by saying that shit about Blair on Twitter. I mean, I was just like, no, I stopped myself. I was like, no, delete that. Don't fucking start again. Just don't get into that shit again. You've got a good thing going, with these jobs calling and shit. I just said, no, I'm not going to get back into that hole. But, she's on a path of her own self-destruction that I have nothing to do with, and she'll eventually have her own.
Well, then no need to worry about it.
Yeah, so own moment of clarity eventually where maybe, things will rise or fall regardless of what, depending on what decision she makes at that point. She realizes she's fucking up. But, you can't tell nobody nothing. You know what I mean? You can't tell nobody nothing. They already got their fucking opinion set. That's it. You know what I mean?
Well, just remember to keep this life experience with you. If you see someone else fucking up in such a way, you can always say, hey, look, here's where I fucked up in this way.
I fucked up more than probably anybody.
Well, there's a distinct difference between intelligence and wisdom, and that is to get wisdom, you have to fuck up. So consider yourself wiser and just don't repeat your mistakes. That's all it is.
I'm doing my best to try to correct all these issues, and I'm thinking once I get a new job, it'll level me out even more, and I'll be able to, won't have to worry about the financial thing as much, and maybe I'll
just need to remember to keep yourself. Keep a work-life balance there and keep the work-life separation. You don't want to have everything you do on YouTube reflect on your job and vice versa.
Well, the thing is with YouTube, like when I was doing it, I didn't have a work-life balance. YouTube was my life. My life revolved around YouTube all day, every day.
Well, this is what Max was saying earlier, and it's just as relevant now considering that you're spending a lot of time just watching YouTube. You need to just going outside and taking a walk down to the corner and coming back is going to do you a world of favor. I shit you not, man. You don't even have to talk to anybody, acknowledge their existence. Just walk your ass down to the corner with a big shit-eating grin on your face and come back.
I did go up to an actual restaurant today, a new one that finally just opened up, and actually sat down in a restaurant and ate something versus grabbing it and coming directly back to the YouTube. So that was one thing I actually did in the recent time period. was actually went somewhere and sat down by myself. Because that's the thing. This is what people don't realize.
Yeah, you can
I don't
sit down
have
by
any.
yourself. Just sit down by yourself with a phone. You don't need to, like, even that's better than just sitting in your recliner at home.
Yeah, because I don't have anybody here, and I haven't had anybody when I was at the last place either. I mean,
I understand. Like, I gotta tell you, like, I'm in grad school right now. I gotta tell you, most of the people I used to hang out with the first, like, 2 or 3 years, all of us got our heads in our research, and we basically don't talk to each other anymore. Like, it's, real depressing in that respect, but it's, it's what I need to do. But I understand the isolation aspect of things, not having anyone around to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. And as I said, I see Rambo maybe once every 6 months, and I see Hayden maybe, I haven't seen him in 2 years. I might talk to him once in a while, but that's it, Dad has been talking about that too. I mean, here's something weird. Maybe you could explain this to me. It's kind of the same thing I'm doing. You see how I'm so isolated from everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
How I'm always isolated. No, I haven't had anyone come in here and even sit on the couch and hang out, and the whole year I've been here, right?
Sure.
Like nobody, right? Dad, on the other hand, he has a whole house full of people. He has 4 dogs in the house. All 4 dogs will be in his lap or running around playing and stuff. And he has my stepsister who lives with them, her kid that lives with them. Then the other stepsister works for him at his office and comes by every day to give him papers and shit from there because he works from home. Right. And so he has a lot of traffic there. But at the same time, he'll express things like I've expressed to Max. Well, 20, whatever. Fuck.
Sure.
Sorry. Anyway, the 23, like I was explaining to him, that he feels the same way I do. That even though all those people are there, he doesn't feel like he has any friends or anyone to talk to. Like he doesn't have any close associates. Even though he has all this family that's always over there.
Right.
And I don't understand that because I literally don't have anyone here.
You'll find with family there's a certain level of solipsism.
What does solipsism mean?
It's all about me.
That's true. You hit the nail on the head with that shit.
Between narcissism and solipsism, narcissism, it's definitely just all about you. Solipsism, the world operates according to your thoughts. So, the world revolves around you, basically. Yeah, I mean, that's why he's always asking me to come up there and see him all the time because I'm one of his, I'm his son, of course, so he feels that, he talks to me, we talk a lot when I go over there and someone's Death Lord Nero 666 says you should name the stream Wounded Fox.
I might name it that after just because you said that. But I just don't understand that. He feels like he doesn't have anybody, but at the same time,
the reason why is people aren't going to listen to him and just listen to him. Or that's the expectation he probably has. So if you try to talk to somebody, if someone asks you a question, what do you think about something? And the only reason they asked you is so they can tell you their opinion. Or, you try to talk to someone about a problem that you might have, and they go, oh yeah, well, let me tell you about this one time. And they make the entire conversation about how they have problems.
Mm-hmm.
If you're surrounded by that, you don't really feel a whole lot of closeness to other people because you can't really tell them what you wanted to tell them. They don't leave you room for it.
Yeah, and the fact that everybody goes in there with their hand out for fucking money and just, all that other stuff, like they'll try to go in there for that, or they'll just go in there. They need him to do something for them, watch the kids or some other shit. And it's like these people go in there and
it's not about him, right?
It's not about him at all. It's his house. He owns it. It's in his name. He's paying for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like these people orbit the house, but they don't contribute anything to this.
Well, then maybe they should have their own house.
They should, but I don't know why the fuck they don't. And they all work. And I'm the one that's not going to him saying anything because I know he doesn't have that much money, so I'm not trying to drain his last fucking dollar. If I can make it on my own somehow, which I somehow have. I mean, I can't even explain it to save my life, but I have.
Well,
and thanks for another $2, Philosopher. For that, maybe that's how I'm paying my bills is fucking YouTube super chats. Apparently so.
throw your ass some big streams.
He says,
Get Jeff Holiday in here again. Have him tell you about how he got fucked the one time.
oh God. Fucking Twilight says, I can't talk to my family either. Narwhal is nice. Yeah, the fish is pretty
Narwhal
nice.
is someone else, by the way, Johnny, that I think you should reach out and apologize to for the live stream thing. Or the footage thing.
What Narwhal? I'm varnished?
Yeah.
No, I talk to her every day.
Because we were the two in there talking to you after this thing. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I shouldn't pry. If she's good with you, then that's fine with me.
And she's sits there and talks shit all day and backs up whatever the cat says and never helps me with that fucking cat.
Wait, you talking about the shite kite?
Shite kite, yeah.
I'm not a fucking cat.
I'm like, I mean, my biggest thing is always, you know, because he's so shitty. Anytime he comes in there, I'll say, hi, Kitty, and he just says no. He doesn't even say hi back, ever. It's like, no. And I'm like, say hi back, cat. No. Fuck off, faggot, and just shit like that. He's so mean. He's so shitty, like 24/7.
He's fucking drunk.
Or like every time he gets drunk, he comes in the fucking DM group. And what does he do? Fucking Fox faggot, beat me, play me in Overwatch, you fucking piece of shit. Just
don't play Overwatch. That game's shit.
I know, I've heard. And then I'm like, I tell Narwhal, I'm like, get him to say hi back. No. And she won't do it either now. But neither one of them will say hi back, god damn it.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Like, I used to think it was funny, but now it's a little bit irritating at this point. Because he fucking, like, he just won't fucking, he's just such an asshole. And every time he comes on the damn show, when he went on Twitch, he would just sit there and shill himself constantly. But yet I'm banned from his show. and he unfollowed me just to piss me off and won't follow me back. That cat gives me more shit than anybody. I swear to God, every fucking day.
So, Twilight Philosopher says, did I ever thank you for sticking up for me during the Verilo Kelly thing?
I think you did. I think you did. I can't remember because I know it was a couple times that Verilo and Kelly got on your ass, and I went after Kelly because he was starting to irritate me with that shit. I mean,
they went after a guy with like legal blindness for being legally blind.
Yeah.
And this is coming from fucking John Kelly, Captain, I live with my sister. You know, fuck off with that noise.
Well, I've looked into John Kelly, and I mean, damn it, the boy. Look, it's.
I hope he's got himself a job. I hope he's gone down to local JC.
Did he have a job? Did he finally get a job?
I don't know, but I know he's closed things off, and he's a lot less active. I'm hoping that's why. Like, he really needed to do something to make his life better. I hope, you know, I really don't want to take any credit for it if he did, but I hope that he actually got his act together.
He should have listened to Beach that night, period.
Yeah. Like I said, I hope he did. I hope he did. Like, even if it's not Beach that made him do it, even if all we did was slow his ass down getting there, I hope he did finally get to that point.
You know, because I've been in the same mindset that John Kelly was to some extent, not as extreme as Kelly, I don't think, but I mean, pretty close. Not talking about the whole, you know, hating everybody because of what they are, but like the whole, you know, how he's so vindictive and just, you know, always thinks he has to go and get somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like I've been in that mindset because that's kind of what it's like when you're pretty much by yourself all the damn time. You have nothing better to do, and you know, people fuck with you, and you get in those moods and all that. Because he's probably got some problems, but
anyway, there's better things to talk about. It really is. So let's see. So you've been watching any of the VidCon shit that's been going down?
did a video about it earlier where I saw the whole thing with
I saw there's
Sargon.
the human garbage video. It's the first
Yeah.
thing underneath the chat. But what about like? Did you see the harassment talk today, where Boogie and Anita were sitting right next to each other?
I didn't see that yet because I thought
Like
Sargon
everyone
was
else on
trying.
the panel, like 4 people around Anita saying that like with harassment, you just kind of have to let it go and ignore it and it'll go away. And Anita's sitting there talking about privileged spaces and shit.
That's pretty funny.
Like if you want to feel better about yourself, just listen to Anita try to worm her way out of the logic of 4 people around her that are right.
Oh god, that's pretty damn funny because that was the thing that Sargon was trying to petition. Apparently, it didn't work.
No, so the whole thing about that was he was just trying to force her to live by her own fucking rules.
Mm.
You know, the rules being inside the VidCon rules probably because of people like her.
Yeah.
So, like, he's just sitting there pointing out how much of a bitching bully she is. You know, who'll preach down from her pulpit whenever she gets the chance. And it just happened to be against the VidCon rules. And then you have dumb fucks like Thunderfag coming in there.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, well, what's this campaign to deplatform? This is no different than when they tried to do this to me at my job. It's like, well, 1, this isn't her job. 2, that these are rules that were actually violated. And 3, shut the fuck up, Thunderfag. You're not a real physicist.
Shut the fuck up, Thunderfag. Oh god, Thunderfoot! Just damn it! I used to like him so damn much, and
I used to like him, and the problem was I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to his science videos because there weren't that many of them, quite frankly. And then I started to pay attention to him, and it's like, well, you're attacking things that aren't really that easily attacked. And then, like, he basically would pick the low-hanging fruit. Then he fucked up with the water from air thing when it turned out it was, like, you know, a real group at MIT who was doing this shit with a well-characterized device. Like, he's just flat out wrong because he wasn't able to distinguish between a flow rate and a volume. Like, you know, basic scale-up shit, dimensional analysis. This is stuff you're taught, like, your first year in undergrad, if not earlier in your life. You know, the difference between running and how far you've run. It's that kind of shit.
The thing I don't like about his busted videos is with the science, even though I don't know the exact science behind it, I feel like he almost takes like a absolutely no, it can't work no matter what you do. It's not going to fucking work. Just, you know,
it's not even that. It's the fact that he'll mischaracterize what is being looked at to the point where he's right. And that's only if you aren't capable of understanding where he's cherry-picked shit. Just so happens, like with the one that he fucked up where he fucked up the science bit of it, it was because it said no additional input of energy needed. And it was right after like a paragraph of describing how the sun was causing a lot of the stuff to happen by providing the energy. And then he's sitting there harping on how no additional energy is needed. It's like you just skipped all the part where it mattered and focused on the one point at the very ass end of the abstract. It's like you're an idiot.
But most of his people aren't going to really look that deep into it. And Teal Deer is getting a little bit too self-righteous. He's starting to drift into that territory where he's about to get his ass in trouble with people if he doesn't stop.
Oh, the paragraph of shit he spoke about the people going to VidCon, I laughed my ass off that one. Oh, yeah, let's see. So Bats just reminded me of something. He said, also, Anita apparently started texting VidCon security during the panel before she lashed out at Sargon. So that's what she was doing when she was like when her thumbs got super busy right after she spotted him. Mm-hmm. And she told them that Sargon was there and felt unsafe of him being there. And I guess security recommended that he and others sit in the back row for the rest of the panel talks.
Yeah.
Oh no, she said that them being in the front was a fucking threat.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. Oh yeah, the radical Sargon. He's just gonna jump up and say something that's gonna just fucking make the place melt down.
Well, I love the fact that like from his interview with Tim Pool, like that Timcast right before the day before, where he's just like, yeah, our presence is gonna be enough. It's like, well, no shit, but then you see it's actually true, and you're like, wow, I can't believe it actually sunk down to our expectations. like you are that terrible of a human being. Good job. And like not terrible as in a bad person, like she's bad at being a person.
She's just bad at being a person. That's pretty bad. If you're bad at that,
like a hobo on the side of a street is better at being a decent human being than she is.
Yeah.
Like at least they ask for your money and you know where it's going. I suppose nowadays people have to know.
She's just a flat out fuck up, man. It's crazy. I don't know why in the hell anybody listened to her shit. I think what was that last video I saw? That I decided to fucking torture myself with one day because I was thinking about doing a response to it. Then ended up saying, "Fuck that! Why am I going to bother?" Let me see. Oh, shit. What am I doing? Come on, don't screw with me now. Feminist frequency. What was that new one she did?
Let's see. She did the Women in History one, and then she's doing some bullshit on politics now.
It was something where she was bitching about Muslims or something. About Muslims or...
Oh, no, that's right. Islamophobia is racism.
Yeah, that must have been that I... Well, damn, apparently she has another show called The Freak Show.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, so the Green Grapist put up a video about her her damsels in history one, and it's just like it's just a cut. It's a cut of other clips where it makes her actually speak a bit honestly, and it's actually kind of funny.
That's pretty funny. I just
that channel gets some traction.
That video hurt so bad. The one about Islamophobia is racism. That just hurt so bad.
Yeah, it's quite frankly, that's so if you wanted to know what solipsism was before.
My thing is just like, you ever seen something so stupid it makes your head hurt?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of that.
Like your brain, like you try to understand what in the fuck they just said, but it's so stupid it just makes your head start pounding.
Yeah, do what? It's so stupid you have to watch it twice. And then you wish you hadn't.
I also felt like that with the Bill Nye thing about the advocates of sex.
No, you see, there's a problem here, and I can explain this one rather shortly. You're familiar with like a distribution curve, like a bell curve.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with features in a population, you get bell curves. But sometimes you get these multimodal distributions, which all that means is they have multiple peaks. And so for secondary sex characteristics in human populations, and for so humans are can be viewed as a dimorphic species. So there's two peaks in their distribution. And it happens that those peaks correlate very well with a dimorphism, or a dimorphism, if you will, with the karyotype, so with sex chromosomes. So because those peaks lie so well against each other, the two distributions look so similar, you can label the tops of the peaks, so where the peak is located, not where the troughs around them are located, just the peak, and say that is A and that is B. So we know we have the sexes, male and female, and it also happens that for most people, the gender expression also happens to fall at the same place on those peaks. So we call those peaks male and female. That's all there is to it. When people start looking at that and saying, okay, well then what is male, what is female? It's like, well, it's the top of the peak. Like there's shit around it. You can call it a spectrum if you want, or a distribution, whatever. It also happens that it's so extremely bimodal, there's hardly anyone in the area in between those peaks, which is why they're hard to classify. But it's not like they don't fall on the same spectrum. But when they sit there and they say that it's a spectrum, it's being very disingenuous. It's so bimodal that it's very difficult to find people who aren't near or on one of those peaks. Like it's that, like, so when you sit there and talk about how it's a spectrum and there's all this diversity and shit, it's like, no, it's not really that diverse. There's a little bit of stuff in between, but for the most part, people are at either one extreme or the other.
You know what?
So that is concisely the explanation.
You know what's the easiest way to explain to somebody between male and female? You got to think of it as the gender binary. If you're a one,
yeah.
If you're a 1, you're a man. If you're a 0, you're a female. You know why? Because the 1 is a dick.
Yeah. I've heard this one. I've heard this one in computer classes before. It's pretty funny.
I didn't know that, but I didn't know that. I just thought of it at the top of my head. I'm like, that's an easy way to put it.
That's actually one of the.
And anybody that's non-binary needs to go to a fucking doctor.
Yeah, if you're ternary, you have an issue. No, but seriously, all the same, like, you know, the whole spectrum thing, it may as well not even be one, given how bimodal it is. It only really matters to the people who don't fall within the binary that exists. And, you know, they exist. They've been acknowledged for a long time. It's not like they don't exist, but they're a very small portion of the population, and they don't need to be held up as if they're half the population. It's just not true. And it's patronizing and insulting to do that to people. Like, I know several people who don't fall on the spectrum, so to speak, or, you know, on the binary, and they really don't like being spoken up like that as if they're a child. You know, some of them might like it.
What does it mean not being on the binary?
So there are those two peaks I mentioned for sexual dimorphism, and then there are some people who fall between. A very small amount of the population, 0.3 to 0.7% of humans are intersex. So they might be, you know, that also includes all people who have like genetic disorders like Klinefelter syndrome, so XXY, XYY, that kind of thing. And they exist. But they're not a male or a female, strictly speaking. They happen to fall between those two peaks, like towards the middle of them. And so they have in some ways a strange life, in some ways not so strange. But largely the thing that makes their life more difficult is people treating them like they're children the whole time. As, you know, as if they don't have the ability to maturely handle their own feelings, that kind of thing. And a lot of that's just projection by people who are grown up infants, you know. So this would be your social justice warriors coming out of academia saying everyone needs to be respected or else.
So would that mean that all intersex people are hermaphrodites, or?
Many of them are hermaphrodites, many of them are not. So it doesn't always express physically as hermaphrodism. Sometimes it's just you have fucked up genetic disorders, and you happen to have morphology that is male or female still. But yeah, those are all included in the same kind of category. Now, those with gender dysphoria encompass a larger subpopulation, but it's still not that large. You know, this would be all your people who are trans, but then you also have the trans trenders, which is, you know, people like, what the fuck's that girl's name who pretends to be a boy on YouTube? Or actually the other way around, which is Riley Dennis.
You got Riley Dennis and Milo Stewart, which are like the complete out. One's the girl, one's the boy, and they swapped.
Yeah,
both ways, which is kind of
like
strange,
I said, that would be a trans trender where, you know, they're just doing it because it makes them special, and you know what, whatever, you do your thing. You know, they're not going to go out and get diagnosed with gender dysphoria and then opt for surgery or hormones or anything to help them correct their mental imbalance.
Virus said it's Milo, not Milo.
Whatever.
I'm just like, I don't understand it. I just
it's such an incongruous with reality expectation from these people. That's all.
I'll put it this way. I'm just like, I've gotten to a point in my life. I'm 28. There are some things I'm just never going to understand. And the whole trans thing, I'm never going to understand.
Yeah, well, you see, I still think of it as if you treat people you meet as individuals, and then a lot of that stuff just kind of washes out. You know, if someone who comes up to me expects me to know their 50 pronouns right off the top of my head, I'm not going to respect them because I just don't need to.
I agree.
I have common courtesy, but I'm probably one of the few people who still has it, but I really don't care until I think of you as a friend. You know, beyond that, I'm just going to be courteous. And if you're a piece of shit to me, then I'm not going to be courteous anymore.
Like, I mean, take somebody like, you know, I don't know, like your status really, you know, like socially with Frozen Binary, but, you know, me and Frozen have never, we've talked a million times, but she's never shoved it in my face. I'm a tranny. I'm a fucking tranny. Right. You know, just like none of that shit. You know, and Xiaomi hasn't either. You know,
I know various others like that.
Allie's never done it either. Your friend I can't even say her full name because I don't know how to fucking say it. But anyway, that one, I've never had an issue with her, and even Valerie, who can be a royal pain in the ass on some at times, is never really brought it up to me either. But it's like, you know, I don't. It's sort of like, well, Blair brings up all the time. This is what I've finally boiled it down to.
If you're doing it as a thing where you're talking about your personal issues, like, well, that's part of Blair's shtick, is that, like, she's also personally experiencing the phenomena. So when other people talk about it for her, she gets upset, and I can understand that. You know, I can actually appreciate that as being a difficulty.
I see it this way: if that's the only thing you ever fucking run off about, you apparently have, like, you're just a boring person. I mean, well, yeah, I don't sit here talk about being a man all the time, you know.
Yeah, having a dick is so annoying. I mean, I have to sit with my legs spread all the time. If I put them next to each other, it crushes my testicles. It's so bad.
Yeah, just make that my whole platform talking about my dick. You know, I mean,
let me just go ahead and pontificate for another hour on this. Just like,
I think if I did do that and just made a complete show about my dick entirely, I'm sure nobody would watch.
No, they'd probably watch, but then they'd cut it out, like the parts that they give a fuck about. Yeah, I'm sorry, Fibble. If this is the most you have heard me, this is bad.
I'm just saying. Well, what's going on with Sarge and JJ to ask the John Kelly question?
They're still together.
Oh, Lord.
Still doing their thing. Yeah, Sarge is now doing a lot. It's the summertime, so he's between semesters. He's doing a lot of work on his book right now.
On his book?
Mm-hmm.
Writing a book about what?
I don't know, but he and James are working on a book together. They've been doing it for a long time, and they're cranking it out right now. So that'll be really cool when it finally comes out.
I never hear anything out of Sarge, really. So I was kind of wondering if
he's kept to himself quite a lot lately. You know, like the whole thing where, you know, the joke was that he was the leader of GGP. Well, the real leader anyway. Like, we don't really have a leader, and that's always, like, he was pretty active. And it was mostly because he was the only one who we had a channel we did streams on. Yeah. And then, you know, finally we got tired of having to wait on his ass, and we made a channel for our group. And that kind of came around the time where he decided to spend a little bit of time away to chill himself off some other issue. So yeah, he hasn't come back to be the predominant GGP guy again yet. He'll get there.
So how's Beach been holding up? I see him on Twitter every so often.
He's he
sorted himself out yet?
He's gotten over the election. He can't believe anybody else hasn't yet. Whenever Clinton gets brought up, it's over, man.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him on Twitter. He's always going after some right winger.
He's also he's in for his pound of salt. You know.
He's in for his pound of salt.
You know, he lost the election, so I get to hear all the righties bitch. Nah, he's doing good. He's still on his feet, which is good. You know, we're helping him through getting through whatever is going on at his end. He's finally got the house sold off and everything, I think.
Yeah, I remember he was in that tough spot with the whole house thing, and
yeah, he's finally got a lot of that worked out. So I think he's doing.
That's definitely good to hear that. I'm just kind of drifting along, waiting for somebody to just fucking hire me, and then I'll be all set, I think, and I'll be able to handle a lot of this financial bullshit I'm in right now.
It'll also force you to pay attention to anything else. You know, you'll have to pay attention to your job when you get one, so it'll force you to divorce yourself from whatever's going on with you and YouTube and Twitter for at least a few hours a day.
Yeah, well, that was part of Dell, that I was still focused on that shit even while I was there. I should have been smart and not worried about that shit when I was at work, but I was bored. So I had to do something there. Even
it's kind of hard to tell your boss I'm bored. I mean, you should in some ways, but it's a catch-22, isn't it? You know, it's you're bored. Let me give you more shit work to do.
Well, I had plenty of work to do. The work was boring.
A manager is supposed to use you in the way that maximizes your output. You know, basically in a way that makes you a better employee. That's the manager's job. And if they don't do that, then they're shit at being a manager. Which let's be honest,
for a while.
Let's be honest, a lot of managers are shit at being a manager.
I think I was an all right manager. My people under me loved me to death, and I treated them with the utmost respect. And
that's the difference, I think, probably between you and your bosses.
Yeah, I was the guy. You know,
a good boss is a good boss. You should have those around.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I basically the way I saw it was since we were doing like the sort of the RMA type stuff. I mean, you know, they wanted to split it into the two sides. Of course, you've already heard this, I'm sure, but the audience hasn't. Basically making it where one person diagnoses, one fixes. Well, the guy that, you know, we had a couple people on Xbox, and there was this new guy that was just, he loved motherboards. I don't know why. He thought that they were the greatest thing on earth, right? Yeah. And his favorite thing on earth was to replace the fucking things. So I was like, and that was the one thing I hated to do because you had to take everything apart. It sucked.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, he was always like, you know, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, what do you like? And instead of being like, you know, I need you to do this, this, and this, I'm like, what do you like to do? What is your favorite part of the job? Changing motherboards. I said, all right, here's 10 of them. Go change them out. You may not get as many out the door as I did today, but damn it, you did something. You did what you enjoy.
Yeah, it's Mr. Fibble. Take the U out of YouTube.
You go ahead and just do it. You like motherboards, you do that. You like replacing hard drives, go ahead. Here's another list of that shit. Y'all do that, and I'll worry about this shit over here. And just, you know, just let them do what they enjoy. As long as they're productive, I don't give a fuck.
Pretty much.
That's how it was. I didn't micromanage, didn't bug nobody. I stayed to my damn self unless they needed me for something. And we did amazing output out of there because of that system.
Well, hopefully you'll get into a position to do the same wherever you're going next. Because it sounds like you enjoyed doing that for a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that, and I had one offer that fell through that was for a project manager job, and it wasn't my fault that it went through. It was a contract agency's fault. They just dragged their ass on it, and the people went with a different company. So, you know, I thought that would have been kind of fun to do something like that, but I probably had to put it with corporate all the fucking time, and you know,
I tell you, project management's a bitch. I mean, it's fun, but you know, it's a bitch.
You have to listen to a lot of bitching probably from corporate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, it's decent. It's good money.
Yeah, pay is pay. They're not just paying you to stay there and work. They're paying you to put up with the work too.
Yeah, that's true. I did put up with a lot of shit at Dell for those 2 years. God damn it. I did. I mean, I had some great times too. I mean, you know, I think that if corporate never came down and got their fucking hands on everything and screwed it all up, I would have been there for 10 years. Because I loved that job before corporate came, and that's what pisses me off. I fucking loved that job. And they just came down and did the mass takeover and shit, so... Oh God!
Well,
what time is it anyway?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Shit, I gotta get off of here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go too. Well, it's been good streaming back with you again. I'm glad you've come to terms with certain things in your life. I'm glad you're moving yourself forward. More importantly.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
That's it for me. Hope you have a good night.
All right, man.